50-degree day here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. It's going to get up to about 53, 54 degrees. There is some wind, as there usually is here in the Midwest, with a look at Derek Carr. They've won 2 straight, 3 of 4. They do get Amari Cooper back today, and that is, Rich Gannon, a very good sign.
It really is, Kevin. This is a perfect day for football here at Arrowhead. It's going to be a fast track, cooler temperatures. I mean, this is I want to go down and play a couple plays. I mean, this is the Chiefs and the Raiders. This is December football. We got 2 6-6 teams that really control their own destiny over the next four weeks. This is going to be a great game.
All right, the Chiefs won the toss. They've deferred. The Raiders will receive. The #1 kickoff man in the NFL is back, Cordero Patterson. And away we go from Arrowhead. That'll be over his head, and he'll leave it in the end zone to the 25, 1st and 10, to the sideline, and the third member of our crew, Jenny Dell.
Well, guys, as you just mentioned, some good news for the Oakland Raiders as Michael Crabtree and Amari Cooper are both back today. Now, Derek Carr told me, we are just so comfortable with each other. I basically throw the ball blind. They make a great catch. The crowd goes wild, and I laugh. He said those guys are starters for a reason. So while the Raiders get back 2 of their top receivers, the Chiefs are missing their top defensive back. Marcus Peters suspended for the game by Andy Reid for his antics last week. Guys, with the big playability of the Raiders, they'll look to take advantage of Peters' absence.
1st down and 10 for Carr. Knocked away, defended on the play for Nelson. They were going for Crabtree. The quarterback, Derek Carr. Rich, he threw for over 400 yards in the Raider win over the Chiefs back in October.
He's really the key to it all. I mean, you look at Marshawn Lynch. Certainly, Kevin, he's been more of a factor the last couple of weeks, but it starts and ends with Derek Carr. When he plays well, this team usually wins.
He threw the ball 52 times against the Chiefs back in mid-October. 2nd down and 10. Lynch in the backfield. He'll get the call and quickly hit and taken down by Jenkins. Travis Jenkins gets him off that line. The highest paid offensive line in the NFL is the Raiders. They've got a couple good games under their belt against Denver and against the Giants, and former Chief, now Raiders center Rodney Hudson is one of the best in the NFL. We mentioned wide receiver Amari Cooper. He is back from an ankle injury. He missed last week because of that, and he was concussed. He's cleared it all. 3rd down and 11. Carr will throw into the nickel, bumps into his own blocker, and down he goes, Osemele, and shoving up the middle was Chris Jones. They knock him backward. It's the first sack in his last 89 pass attempts against the Chiefs.
You see him coming off the right side of that offensive line. Andy Reid told us that Chris Jones has to be more of a factor in this one with the pass rush. You've got to get around Derek Carr. You've got to get him off the spot. They talk about hitting him early in this one.
Marquette King is one of the best in pro football, a top 5 punter. And he's punting to the ever-dangerous Tyreek Hill.
Oh, this one's a short one.
Wow. We're talking about a guy who is averaging, King, 49 yards a punt. He punts that for 30. A flag has been thrown, and there's a penalty.
Receiving team, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Holding on the Chiefs. There is the quarterback, Alex Smith. Rich has had 3 of his worst games over the last 5 weeks, but last week, 4 touchdown passes and no picks, 366 against the Jets.
Kevin, as I study the film, I mean, he's thrown 23 touchdowns this season, just 4 interceptions. He's not the reason this team is struggling right now. He's a tremendous competitor. He leaves it all out there on the field each week. He's tough, he's durable, and he will pull the ball down and run. And when he decides to run, he's not looking for a safe landing spot. This guy will stick it up in there and give you everything he's got.
Thomas on the move after that holding penalty on the Chiefs, puts them back at their 42. Kareem Hunt was in the backfield. Here it's Smith. And across the middle, he's got Kelsey with a gain of 4 and brought down by Morrow. The center for the Chiefs, Mitch Morris, is injured and out. Zach Fulton moves over from guard. Witzman replaces Fulton. We just saw Travis Kelsey. He is closing in on another 1,000-yard receiving season. He is at the very top of his game. 2nd down 6. That was Kelsey's 67th reception of the season. And here is Kareem Hunt with a nice run, and he's brought down by Mack, who gets him around the ankles. Let's talk about the line. The reigning Defensive Player of the Year is Khalil Mack. He's had a sack in 3 consecutive games. Now Mack in Irvin is playing that linebacker and playing very well. We just saw Morrow make a tackle moments ago. He replaces Corey James, who's out with a knee injury. And starter in the secondary, David Emerson, is going to miss his 6th consecutive game with injury. Sean Smith will replace him.
50-50.
Smith was a Chief for 3 years with a 1st and 10 run. Hunt once again, and hit by Autry. Brought down by Mack and Bowman. They're all right there. Gain of 3 down to the Raider 45.
I think Kareem Hunt is the key the rest of the way. I really do, Kevin. He hasn't had a 100-yard rushing game since week 6. I mentioned the first 5 games of the season. He was averaging almost 125 yards a game. Last 7 games of the season, that number's down to 46 yards a game. He needs to be more of a factor the rest of the way.
2nd down and 8. Hill was out of the backfield. Here comes Smith. He ran for 70 on 1 gain last week against the Jets, and he slides into the 29-yard line and hit on the play by Morrow. Makes a 2nd tackle. That's a run of 16 yards. Another 1st down. Alex Smith has him to the 30.
You just watch Alex Smith. His eyes are going to be to the left. He's got a 3-man route there. When it's not there, when he decides to pull the ball down, look at that gap. Look at that seam. You've got to be very disciplined when you play against Alex Smith with your eyes and with your rush lanes. You can't give him a crease in the front.
Smith against the Jets had the 70-yard run, a 70-yard touchdown pass. First player in the Super Bowl era to do that in 1 game. 1st and 10. Good block by Fisher. And down he goes. Hit by Irvin, coming through, making the stop. 6th sack of the season. 3rd consecutive game that Bruce Irvin has had a sack. It's a loss of 6, and it's back to the Raider 36.
And this will drive you crazy as a play caller. You've got to throw this ball outside. Watch the safety. The safety's going to jump the first player. This is a touchdown. Go ahead and throw the post right there. And that's one of the issues with Alex Smith. Sometimes he falls in love with the first primary receiver. He holds the ball a little bit and won't pull the trigger. It's double post. You have to throw the outside post route against single safety middle.
We have a 2nd down and 16. Smith low. Was gobbled in that time by Harris, the tight end. Demetrius maybe making his 10th reception. He did.
He dropped it.
Oh, no, incomplete. Would have been a 7-yard gain. Rich, going back to the Raider defense once again. You talked about this in your tape study. Mack and Irvin are really playing well now for the Raider D.
Yeah, Mack's played really well and consistently all through the season. The guy I think has played better is Bruce Irvin, number 51. I think when they made the change from Ken Norton Jr. to John Pagano, Pagano told him, look, we're just going to have you rush the pass. We're going to have you do what you do best. And since he's done it the last 2 weeks, the numbers have been better for this defense. They've had 8 sacks the last 2 games.
Into the nickel, 3rd down and 16 for Alex Smith. Fisher again the block at the left tackle. Here goes Smith again. Autry brings him down about the 34, a gain of 2. Offense stalls right there. They will try for 3. The Raiders do their job.
You know, at times when you really study Alex Smith, the one criticism is he's got a tendency to pull it down very quickly. And we talked to offensive coordinator Matt Nagy. He said we're really working with him to keep his eyes open down the field. His head up and his eyes down the field. A tendency to drop the eyes a little bit, feel the rush, and begin to run.
Here is Harrison Butker, who's only missed 2 field goals on 26 tries. A 53-yarder for the early lead. It is away and good, and the Chiefs have scored first with 9:22 to play in the first. 16-yard run by Smith, 53-yard field goal by Butker. The Chiefs have got a 53-yard field goal from Butker. There was a nice run by Smith, and that's our score, Rich, a little more than 5 minutes into this one.
And you can see Alex Smith over there talking to Albert Wilson, looking at that play. He knew he had him on the post. Just didn't pull the trigger. It's one I'm sure he'd like to have back.
Cordero Patterson is back, and this is going to be out of the end zone. Nice kickoff once again by Butker, who is a rookie out of Georgia Tech. Well, let's introduce the Chiefs defense to you. The 30th ranked defense, ranked bottom 5 in run and pass. They need pressure up the middle. Chris Jones has already shown that. He was sackless since week 2. Justin Houston with 8 sacks, but just 1 sack in the last month. Tom Bahali, by the way, is up and will play. Marcus Peters, their best cornerback, suspended, replaced by Terrence Mitchell. 4 different guys have started at the other cornerback position. We've already seen a lot of Darrelle Revis. He is back there. It's a 1st and 10 from the 25. Marshawn Lynch. Reggie Ragland got him and brought him down. It is only a gain of the yard to the Raider 26.
Just watch this hit in the hole. I don't know that Marshawn Lynch ever sees him coming until it's too late. You see Ragland there. He's just tracking him as Marshawn tries to turn back up inside. Good form tackle. You got to take a big back like that right square down the middle.
Second down and 9. Lynch remains. And the Chiefs have 4 in their secondary.
56! Well, you have to be able to operate and function in the noise. This is one of the loudest outdoor stadiums in the National Football League.
Good cut by Lynch. 1st down and more. Breaking a tackle. Continues to drive, and he is truly in beast mode now. He broke an early attempt by Ron Parker. He shoved out of bounds in the play by Zombo and Johnson. A hard-earned 27-yard run by Marshawn Lynch, and they're in Chiefs territory.
This should never happen. You've got a safety right on the line of scrimmage. He's not even blocked. Watch Sorensen. He overruns it. He goes to the quarterback, and they turn Marshawn Lynch loose in the hole. That's just a poor angle by the safety, Daniel Sorensen.
And that ties the longest run against this Kansas City D this season. Handed in by Marshawn Lynch, who's taking a breather. DeAndre Washington is in. It is a 1st down from the Kansas City 47. Carr, right on the money, caught by Crabtree, or did he drop the ball?
When you look at Marshawn Lynch, the more opportunities and the touches he gets over the course of a game, the more productive and effective he can be. You look at that, those first 9 games of the season, just 10 touches a game. Look at the last 2 games, 21.5 carries. And I think his tough 2- and 3-yard runs early in games pay huge dividends late in the 4th quarter.
6-time 1,000-yard rusher, 5-time Pro Bowler, 101 yards against the Giants last week, and a win for the Raiders, 24-17. 2nd down and 10. That was an incomplete pass to Crabtree, defended by Revis. 2nd and 10. Short pass here, caught by the tight end Walford. Hit on the play by Derek Johnson, 2nd leading tackler, and it's a gain of 6. Walford caught one last week against the Giants for 26, which was a big offensive play for the Raiders last week.
And you look at this Chiefs defense coming off their worst performance of the season, a disappointing loss to the Jets. They gave up 38 points, 488 yards, 30 first downs. They couldn't muster a single sack or takeaway on defense. 3rd down has been a big problem for this Chiefs unit.
Raiders number 9 on the other side on 3rd down efficiency. 3rd down and 4 right here. Blocked by Newhouse. Time for Carr. Way overshoots Walford. And Revis was back there defending Walford, who had come in his area. It is incomplete. And here comes the punting unit for a 2nd consecutive Raiders possession.
Kevin, I'm curious to see how many snaps the Chiefs get out of Darrelle Revis today. He played 39 first-half snaps last week against the Jets. Didn't play a single snap in the 2nd half. I think he just ran out of gas. I also think keep an eye on Revis today. See how much press coverage he placed at the line of scrimmage. Last week he was playing so much off coverage. Talking to defensive coordinator Bob Sutton, he said his best attribute, his best ability to get up the line of scrimmage and use those long arms to disrupt the timing and the rhythm of the passing game.
Okay, King's going to kick this away, and why not when you got a guy like Tyreek Hill back there. Out of bounds it goes. So we have a field goal of 53 yards by the Chiefs and 7 to play in the 1st.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Straight Talk Wireless. Best phones, best networks, no contracts. And by the all-new Accord from Honda.
Back at Arrowhead Stadium, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award recognizes NFL players who have made a significant impact both on the game and in their communities. And this year's nominees for the Raiders is linebacker Bruce Irvin. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, it's quarterback Alex Smith. This year's winner will be announced at NFL Honors the night before Super Bowl 52. And you can learn more about all this year's nominees by visiting NFL.com/Man of the Year. Kevin Harlan, Rich Gannon, Irvin there has already had a sack in this one. And Alex Smith, who still has lofty individual numbers with his season number 3 in completion percentage at 68%. Has it for a second time after the second consecutive Raider punt. 1st and 10. Hunt, big hole. He's been struggling with the run. Bowman brings him down, put him at the 21, gain of 7.
Let's take a look at the Chiefs scouting report. I think the strength of this offense is their playmakers, Kelsey, Hill, and Hunt. Sounds like a law firm. You look at the weakness, it's the inconsistency with the running game, especially over the last 7 weeks. You look at this Oakland defense, the pass rush, Mack and Irvin, that's their strength. The weakness is their secondary. They don't have a single interception from their corners or safeties.
Fullback Sherman is in. With a 2nd down and 3, this is the rookie out of Toledo, Kareem Hunt, who was drilled by Carey on a gain of 4. Out to the 25. Kareem Hunt is the 3rd leading rusher in the entire NFL with over 940 yards.
Just follow the fullback, and then you see once he gets into the hole, he's able to see some daylight and bounce it to the right after that double team from the center, Fulton, and the right guard, Gervais Tardif. They've got to be able to run the ball more effectively on the early downs.
2 tight ends, 5 in the secondary. It's 1st and 10. Good block by Fisher, and then they go underneath. This is caught by Harris, who breaks a tackle from Joseph, breaks another tackle and takes it up to midfield. What a run for the former college basketball player at UW-Milwaukee. Demetrius Harris, a 25-yard catch and run to the 50 and a 1st.
Well, if you're the Raiders defensively, you spend so much of your time worried about Travis Kelce that you forget about Demetrius Harris. This is a huge target for Alex Smith. He's 6'7" tall. He's 230 pounds. And he can be very disruptive in the open field.
Still the nickel secondary for the Raiders on a 1st and 10. 2nd Kansas City possession. Kareem Hunt, and wrapped up initially by Trevon Hester. He's a rookie out of Toledo. They were college teammates. Gain of 5 right there to JB for the first time in New York.
Kevin and Rich, not for the faint of heart.
This is the only viewable, usable angle. Adam Vinatieri, a 33-yard field goal, missed. Conditions, 19-mile-an-hour winds, 6 to 12 inches is expected for lake effect snow.
Back to Kevin Harlan.
Oh, that looked like fun.
It'd be fun to play and not call the game.
Right,
You can't identify players and numbers.
A lot of guesswork there. 2nd and 5. No guessing here what the Chiefs want to do. They want to establish Kareem Hunt, who is running well, close to a 1st down. He is near the 41 with a hit on the play by Bowman. Boy, Bowman's been in a lot of stops already. The rookie free agent out of Division III Greenville. An undrafted player with a look at Andy Reid, who has turned
Number
over.
75 reports as eligible. Number 75 is an eligible receiver.
That's Cam Irving, who has turned over the play calling to 39-year-old Matt Nagy.
Yeah, took over the play calling last week. Kind of a bold move from Andy Reid. You look at the struggles that they've had. Matt Nagy's been very involved in putting together the game plans. I thought he did a terrific job last week. You look at what they were able to do against the Jets. They had 474 yards of offense. They scored 31 points. The quarterback threw for 4 touchdowns. They only had the ball for a little over 17 minutes. They had 46 offensive plays. And when I studied the tape, there were at least a half dozen plays that they left out on the field. A drop pass, a deflected ball, a wide open receiver down the left side of the field. It was an underthrow. I mean, such a fine line between winning and losing, but Matt Nagy is going to be a
false start. Number
good one
84
in this business.
offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Or the penalties, Kevin, that continue to be an issue for this football team. They've got 95 penalties already. That's tied for 3rd most. Can't keep shooting themselves in the foot.
They've got more than the Raiders, and that would probably surprise some people. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's the unforced errors, the missed assignments, the mental errors, the penalties. They've been too much to overcome the last 6-7 weeks.
So Alex Smith, that had the quarterback keeper, got the gain of 2, but that penalty right there makes it 1st and 15. Kelsey, bottom of your screen. Chiefs running well already. Here comes Hunt once again. Burrows his way down to about the 42. Picks up 2 on the play. Hit by Morrow. Back down to the sideline and Jenny Dell.
Well, Kevin, offensive coordinator Matt Nagy told me that Coach Reid always first and foremost says he's going to take a look in the mirror, figure out what he can do to be a better coach and a leader for this Chiefs team, and that handing over the play calling shows trust in the selflessness that he has. But guys, Nagy said taking over the position, it's like a backup quarterback going in. When it goes well, everyone says you're the hero, but you need to show consistency.
This guy gets a lot of applause around the league, Rich. He has a great mind. He's kind of brought a college relevancy to this offense.
I think he's on the short list, Kevin, for a couple head coaching jobs in National Football. I think people realize he's a bright mind.
West was in, 2nd and 13, and down goes Smith again. Irvin got him again. His 2nd sack here in the first quarter. How about Bruce Irvin? We talked about him to open the show. His 2nd sack, it's a loss of 3, and it's back to the Raider 45.
This is just a great effort up front. You're going to see Mack. He works from the left side of the defensive line, and then Irvin, as he forces Alex Smith to step back up into the pocket, Bruce Irvin is waiting there with open arms.
So Bruce Irvin is now up to 7 sacks. Like we said earlier, 3rd consecutive game he's had a sack. 3rd and 16 right here. West is in the backfield. Timeout, Kansas City.
First charge, timeout.
1:30 to go. Chiefs are running well, moving well. For a 2nd possession, they are in Raider territory. Timeout at Arrowhead on CBS. Irvin with a couple sacks.
These are the 2 guys that can handle, Kevin, in the pass rush. Khalil Mack and Bruce Irvin, they're going to move them around, but Andy Reid's talked all week about taking care of the edge with these 2 great rushers.
3rd down and 16. Smith going deep. Nice catch made by Hill. Right in front of Carey. Also over there defending was McDonald. On 3rd and 16, a gain of 18 to the Raider 27, first down.
Look how far off the corner is playing. He's almost not even on the screen. That's amazing that Dexter McDonald on 3rd and 16 would give Tyreek Hill that much space in front of him. I mean, that's just inexcusable.
Hill has got well over 900 receiving yards. 6th best in the NFL. Hunt back in, 1st and 10. The fake, the throw. The incompletion right there going for Albert Wilson. With coverage on the play by the angular Sean Smith, a free agent from Kansas City a couple years ago, to the Raiders.
Well, the Chiefs give you so much to prepare for as a defense. They can do so many things because of their personnel. Hill and Kelsey and Hunt, a quarterback like Alex Smith that moves around so much. It puts a lot of stress on your ability to communicate as a defense. That's going to be a real challenge today for this Oakland secondary.
Hunt's had a run for 7. Catch and run at 25 by Harris. 2nd down and 10. 11th play of the drive. A wobbly pass. Kelsey could not get it. Coverage on the play by Navarro Bowman. He has been a terrific pickup. 4-time All-Pro from San Francisco. He signed October 16th with the Raiders. Bowman with the coverage on the tight end.
This isn't good coverage. This is tremendous coverage by a linebacker on an All-Pro tight end down the sidelines.
Wow.
I mean, you talk about a great addition for the Raiders, Kevin, not only in terms of how he plays the run, but how he plays the pass as well. And he's been a tremendous leader in that locker room for the Raiders.
Nickel secondary, 3rd down and 10. West was in the backfield. And here they go, a hit by Bowman. Flag has been thrown. Smith goes down. Gain is 7. Flag back at the 28. His gain took him to the 22. It looks like it's against the Raiders.
Holding. Number 53. Defense. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. Automatic. First down.
There's a look at former Chief player Jack Del Rio. Played here in the late 80s for a couple seasons.
And he's not at all pleased with the call. As you see
Mario
Edwards head to the locker room. That's not good news for that Chiefs defensive line.
Akeem Hunt will come out as a back, and going back in will be Kareem Hunt. Look how they spread all these guys out, Rich. And here's another timeout
They
by the
can't
Chiefs.
get lined up. They had some confusion. Andy Reid went down there to call the timeout.
Timeout, Kansas City.
All right, we'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Lowe's. Well, that's where a lot of the offense comes from. Brad Childers is also involved in these plays too, Rich.
Yeah, and I thought it was brilliant that Andy Reid said, look, I don't spend as much time with the quarterback in that quarterback meeting room. Matt Nagy knows Alex Smith intimately. I'm going to give him the opportunity to call plays the rest of the way.
Kelce, 1st and 10. Got it and takes it in. Touchdown. 17-yard catch and run touchdown for Travis Kelce.
Just watch Kelce. He's going to block first, Kevin, and he does a terrific job really fooling him. You see him right here. He's going to turn and block, and then he leaks out into the screen. And you watch this offensive line. Watch the guard and the tackle get out in front. And then Kelce, he's got a lot of green grass in front of him. He is not an easy tackle in the open field.
They're obviously going to look at it. Kelce, as you see him take it here, they're going to check and see if an elbow or a knee or... Yet he crossed, and it's going to be tight. But they look at every scoring play. Kelce has just been escorted off the field by the athletic trainers for the Chiefs, and we'll try to get some kind of update because he really faced a group at the goal line.
And everyone we talked to with the Raiders,
touchdown is under review.
Whether it was Jack Del Rio, whether it was John Pagano, whether it was Bruce Irvin, everyone said the same thing. We've got to do a great job disrupting Travis Kelce at the line of scrimmage. We've got to chip and we've got to bang with the line of scrimmage. We've got to change it up. Put different players, whether it's a linebacker or safety, some combinations on him, because that's really where, in a critical situation, they want to go with the football. I think his knee's down. That may be just a tad short. That ball may wind up being placed just inside the 1 yard line.
Nicholas Morrow got him from the side, but you could see it was a group effort. Trayvon Hester was there too. As Travis Kelce, Pro Bowler and the MVP in the Pro Bowl a season ago, is get looked at by the athletic training staff of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, he leads the Chiefs in receptions and targets and yards. He's been extremely productive, and you look at that knee, it looks like he's down just inside the 1 yard line.
The first quarter clock is at 0 as they are conferring with New York to see if Travis Kelce, after the catch, had actually taken it in. Now, he's had 5 touchdown receptions over the last 6 years, had 2 against the Jets last week, 1 of 22 and 1 of 36 yards. He might be the premier tight end right now. He and Gronkowski for sure, Rich.
After review, the runner's knee is down with the ball short of the goal line. It will be 1st and goal at that spot. This is the end of the first quarter.
We'll pick up that theme when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Pepsi, welcoming you to the fun doesn't end zone. And by K Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K.
About 53 degrees with a breeze here at Arrowhead in Kansas City. The Chiefs have gone a ways here without a rushing touchdown. They said that Kelce did not get across, so it is 1st and goal. Kareem Hunt, who has not scored a touchdown in 9 games, maneuvers. First play of the second quarter. He's in for the touchdown. One-yard touchdown run by Kareem Hunt, with his first rushing touchdown, first touchdown of any kind in 9 games. And he's had a very good start with 8 carries and 31 yards already.
Well, you look at this Kansas City offense, they want you to look over here. They want you to focus here. Then they move the back over, and they run a little inside trap play. And it's a big part of their offensive philosophy. It's about illusion and disguise. Hey, look over here, focus over here, and now we're going to run it backside.
With the extra point, it's away and in. The Chiefs on top 10-0. Kelce caught and ran for 16 yards. And then the 1-yard touchdown run by Hunt. So Travis Kelce had the catch and run of 16. Took it down inside the 1. And Kareem Hunt took it over with a 1-yard touchdown run. Rich, now the Raiders are down 10-0. How equipped are they to come back?
Well, you can't afford to fall behind early at a place like this because then they can't take advantage of their best weapon right now. I think it's Marshawn Lynch.
And Patterson lets it go out. Touchback to the 25.
Let's take a look at the Raiders scouting report. The offensive stars, Derek Carr, he makes it all happen. The lack of consistency and execution has been a problem. You look at the Chiefs defense, experienced group. They're not going to panic when they struggle. And I think right now the weakness is their lack of identity. They haven't been dominant in any particular phase of the game. Their run defense is 30th. Their pass defense is just 28th. They've had a very difficult time getting off the field on third down.
Look at Derek Carr, who has never won at Arrowhead Stadium. Lynch in the backfield, 1st and 10. Marshawn Lynch blocked by Smith, the tight end, and then corralled and brought down on the play by Pierre Lewis. With a gain of 2, he's out to the 26-yard line.
Well, Marshawn Lynch had his first 100-yard rushing game of the season last week against the Giants. He's in beast mode right now when you really study him over the last couple of weeks. He's got fresh legs. I think he was clearly underutilized the first 9 games of the season. As I said, he needs to be more of a focal point the rest of the way.
Rich,
he can wear down a defense, Kevin, over the course of 60 minutes if you give him opportunities.
2nd down and 9. Chiefs are in the nickel. Here's Patterson. Gets by a couple, then finally brought down about the 27-yard line and hit there by Jarvis Jenkins out of Clemson, a 6-year veteran with a gain of 2.
Well, we saw the Raiders throw the ball out to Cordero Patterson a couple times last week. Unique receiver as well as a dangerous return specialist. He's electric with the ball in his hands. He's got rare straight line speed.
Look at Bob Sutton.
Yeah, he's done an admirable job. Kevin, it hasn't been easy. They've had some injuries, but they've been very inconsistent, as he said so on Friday.
Richard is the back on 3rd and 7. Carr, and incomplete, looking for Patterson. Coverage on the play by Terrence Mitchell. And here comes the punting unit for a 3rd consecutive Raiders possession.
You know, at times you see the uncertainty and the indecision with Derek Carr when he's thrown to some other receivers not named Crabtree and Cooper. They're just not always on the same page with Seth Roberts or Cordero Patterson or even Johnny Holt. You see the frustration from Derek Carr.
So Marquette King is number 2 in average, number 3 in net. Earlier this season, he was the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. High, very high, and fair caught by Hill, 37-yard line. Hang time was 5.6, a 35-yarder. Trying to keep it out of the dangerous running attack of Hill. 13-19, 2nd quarter. What a season it's been for the Chiefs. The big win on the opening game of the NFL season in Foxborough. They get off to that 5-0 start. People think they're the best team in football. Then it begins to unravel. They lost 3 of 4 after the Dallas loss, and now they're just trying to stay in contention. Beginning 5-0, coming into this afternoon, Rich, they've lost 4 straight. They've lost 6 of 7 in a 3-way tie for first in the West.
Yeah, there has to be a sense of urgency, really, with both teams this time of the year. I think it's the teams that can get on a roll in December and really carry the momentum into January, but have the best chance of playing in February.
Kareem Hunt the back, 1st and 10. Alex Smith going deep, and what a catch made by Wilson. Was he in? They say he was. Down to the 23, 36-yarder.
What an incredible catch and great concentration on the boundary. I think he gets both feet in bounds. He's able to drag that back foot. You see Albert Wilson go up and extend and high point that ball over the corner.
Remember, Wilson had that 63-yard touchdown reception game 1 with these 2 on 1st and 10. Here comes Hunt, hit by Cowser, and a gain of 2 down to the 25.
And the Chiefs smartly jumped the ball. They don't even give that Raider coaching staff up in the booth a chance to even review that replay. I think he was in bounds, though. I think it was just a great throw and catch on the boundary.
Here's a look at the undrafted Albert Wilson. He's out of Georgia State, fourth-year player. Made his 24th catch of the season right there. He's also run the ball 3 times this season. With a 2nd down and 8, they have split out the receiver Hunt to the top of your screen. Nickel secondary for the Raiders, and this is Hunt. Breaking tackles, running much better today than he has in the last couple of weeks. He's down near the 15-yard line, a pickup of 9.
Well, you got to set the edge with the back like Hunt. If you step inside, it allows him to bounce runs to the edge. Got to do a good job setting the edge, forcing him back up inside. He's got too much speed to hurt you outside.
Morrow makes the stop.
There's so many different personnel groupings and formations, it makes it very difficult on you for a defense to make the identifications.
1st and 10. Here comes the leading tight end receiver in the NFL, Kelsey. Knocked out of bounds by Carey. He's one of the top scorers and tacklers in the NFL. It's a gain of 5 right there. Thursday, Denver takes on Indy. Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, NBC, and streaming live on Amazon Prime Video.
I really think one of the keys for this Raider defense, they've got to be able to keep the lid on the explosive plays. If you look back to last week, all 4 of Alex Smith's touchdown passes against the Jets were for 20 yards or more. They have the ability to really hurt you down the field.
2nd down and 5, and he'll sling one for Kelsey with the coverage by Joseph.
Talked about changing it up with Travis Kelsey. Sometimes it's a linebacker, sometimes it's a safety. You see Joseph, he gets beat, but he has the wherewithal to undercut him and make that a difficult throw for Alex Smith.
Chiefs rely on their 5-man offensive line most of any team in pro football in pass protection by themselves. Just the 5. No team has a higher percentage. 3rd down and 5.
And they get him out in the route. They want to get 5 eligible receivers out in the route. Let Alex Smith get the ball out of his hands quickly.
West was in the backfield. That's dropped by Kelsey, and the coverage by the rookie free agent Morrow. Making his 2nd consecutive NFL start. Kelsey just about had that and was going to turn the corner, but he turned the corner before catching the ball.
Well, Kelsey's just going to be working on the linebacker. He starts him in, he creates a separation. He's open. You got to be able to make that catch. See frustration from Travis Kelsey. May have scored.
So here's a 29-yard field goal try. The frustrated Kelsey. Harrison Butker, who missed a 38-yarder last week. He had made 23 straight until that. He has already kicked a 53-yarder here, and he nails this one to make it a 13-0 Kansas City lead. 10:48 to go. Wilson caught one for 36 to set up the field goal.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by FedEx. Sign up for FedEx Delivery Manager. AT&T. And by Macy's.
So I'm working on my charts yesterday, and Rich says, hey, let's go to the Dinosaur Museum. I go, Rich, I want to watch more of Kelsey and Reed and Eric Berry talking on the sideline.
People say, why would Eric Berry be a part of that conversation? Travis Kelsey may have said to Eric, hey, I want you to keep a track of what these Raiders safeties or how they're playing me. So that's good football by the Chiefs.
Patterson, the #1 kick man. That's a go over his head. 4 kickoffs, 4 touchbacks.
Yeah, without Marcus Peters in the lineup, other players need to step up. Steven Nelson, Terrence Mitchell. These guys have been busy this season working opposite Marcus Peters. And as Bob Sutton told us on Friday, we just can't change completely. We're not a matchup team with our corners. We're going to play our coverages and trust that these younger corners can make plays against Cooper and Crabtree.
Chiefs are in the nickel. Lynch is in the backfield. It is 1st and 10. 4th consecutive start of the 25 for Derek Carr. Looking down the sideline and dropped by Cooper. With the coverage on the play by Revis. They've thrown at him a couple times, and he's been there both times. Incomplete pass.
You've got to find out about Revis He looked a little rusty after a long layoff last week. Not the same player he once was. We know that. He plays a little bit more off coverage because he doesn't trust his speed. He doesn't want anyone to run by him in the secondary, but you get the sense that he's had another week of practice. He's getting more and more comfortable with this scheme, and he's going to play more down around the line of scrimmage. That's where I think he's at his best, when he can use those arms to jam you and disrupt you at the line of scrimmage.
7-time Pro Bowler, 2nd down and 10. Marshawn Lynch in the backfield, getting a nice block straight ahead. Powers his way up to the 32, getting some blocks from Penn and others. And a gain of 7, hit by Ragland.
And tackling Marshawn Lynch is not a one-man job. I mean, he's a violent runner. He attacks you in the running game, and talking to a number of the Chief defenders, it's all about gang tackling Marshawn Lynch.
Now they got Richard as a running back, but he's in the slot. 3rd and 3. Chiefs have 6 in the secondary, and there's a throw caught by the tight end Cook. He's a playmaker and a guy who's had over 100 yards on 2 separate occasions. You can see the gang tackle, namely Pierre Lewis, a gain of 7 on 3rd and 3. And the Raiders, Rich, get a much-needed first down to their 39.
Yeah, really nice catch by Jared Cook. Leads the team in receptions. He's a vertical option from the slot or the tight end position. When you watch him run routes, you can see that he was a former receiver in college at South Carolina. Very smooth route runner at the top of his stem.
He's played for Tennessee, St. Louis, and last year for Green Bay in the playoffs. Remember last year for the playoffs, Rich, for Packers? He was terrific.
And he is Derek Carr's go-to guy in critical situations. That's his security blanket. You think about Travis Kelce being Alex Smith's security blanket. When Carr needs a completion, he's either looking inside to the tight end or outside to Crabtree.
We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Garmin. After the Raider timeout, Rich, Carr gets that ball very fast, among the fastest of any quarterback.
Yeah, he's a quick decision maker, Kevin. That's what I like about Derek Carr. He makes quick decisions based on the front and coverage.
Washington, the running back, 1st and 10. DeAndre Washington, now the number 2 running back, and you can see Ragland with a nice hit, bringing him down. They got him in a trade with Buffalo. The gain is out to the 42. Rich, a gain of 3.
Yeah, you look at Derek Carr. He's got the quickest average snap to pass time of 2.29 seconds. He doesn't stand back there in the pocket and hold it very long. And when it comes out under 2.5 seconds, he's completing over 72% of his passes.
Raiders have won 2 in a row, won 3 of 4. But they haven't won at Arrowhead since 2012. They're coming off a win last week against the Giants. They beat the Chiefs week 7 by 1. Tied in first place. 2nd down, long 7. Washington remains. Good time. Carr. And it looked like Lee Smith, the tight end, got shoved on the play. Tano Passanio, who's a rookie out of Villanova, was covering that. That's tough for a guy that size to cover even any receiver, including a tight end, and he had to right there in the flag thrown.
And Passanio playing a little bit more, but this is, you're right, Kevin, this is a tough deal
Pass
for
interference, number 92, defense.
Linebacker that's not used to running down the sidelines with a tight end.
Well, he comes from Villanova, so he looked like he could have played some power forward for Jay Wright, but,
right.
But on that one, he looked out of place.
You know, I think if you're the Raiders, you can't get back on that airplane today heading back to Oakland without going after and attacking the secondary, especially the corners without Peters. Need to go after the secondary, take some shots.
Washington the back. 1st and 10. And a quick tackle made right there on DeAndre Washington. He was hit by Pierre Lewis, also grabbed by Justin Houston. It is a gain of 1. Washington was one of the top rushers in the history of Texas Tech football.
Good look at Justin Houston. The sacks have been harder to come by without the help of his buddy Tom Bahali, who's only been active for a couple games this season. Houston has 8.5 sacks, but they haven't come as easy. It's tough when you don't have someone else on the other side that can wreak havoc.
2nd down, long 9. Chiefs in the nickel. You saw the empty backfield, and that's a catch down to the 33 with the tackle made by Houston. It's grabbed by Walford, who's become much more of a target for the quarterback. Gain of 7 to the 32 and a first down.
Watch how quickly this ball comes out of the hands of Derek Carr. It's almost so quick you can't even get the laces. He knows exactly where he wants to go with the football, and he gets the receiver Walford into the transition of the run.
A jump the guns, 3rd and 3. I was looking at the wrong stick marker on the side. 3rd and 3 with the ball at the Kansas City 33, and Washington the back remains. The pitch out. Penn will lead the block. The receiver's over there blocking, and he's past the 25. And he's got the first down on 3rd and 3. DeAndre Washington picks up 9. That is a first down to the 24. Cooper is down. He was leading the block, and Cooper, of course, had the concussion, the ankle injury, and he is down there. That is not a good sign. He missed last week, inactive. Crabtree was suspended. They were without Rich, their 2 top receivers, yet they still won, beating the Giants by 7.
Well, there's Cooper, and you're going to see him get out in front along with Donald Penn. And it's a good-looking run. And you see Cooper there. He might get rolled up on. I think that's exactly what happens. And remember, Kevin, he's been nursing the ankle injury. He didn't practice on Wednesday or Thursday. And so that's not good news for the Raiders.
This has been an unexpected season for Cooper. The first 2 seasons, 1,000 yards each season. Here's an injury timeout. We step aside.
Welcome back to Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs are up 13-0. I'm on the sideline looking at Amari Cooper right now. Now, you have to remember, he missed the Raiders game last Sunday because of a concussion and an injured ankle. Now, the trainers are looking back at that left ankle, guys. He looks defeated on the sideline.
1st and 10. From the Kansas City 24. Hit as he threw. That's up and live and intercepted. Picked off on the play by Mitchell. 3rd interception of the season, 1st since he picked off Rivers in Los Angeles against the Chargers. Mitchell comes up with a deflected interception. The Chiefs take over.
And really gets an assist from Chris Jones. Chris Jones gets the penetration, the push up inside. He's the one that hits Derek Carr just as he's letting go of the football. The ball goes right up in the air, and Terrence Mitchell's able to make the adjustment and scoop this one in.
Carr's first interception in his last 113 pass attempts. Timeout.
Well, you go back and we always talk about good coverage on the back end creates pressure and sacks, and pressure creates turnovers, and that's just what the Chiefs were able to get right there. That ball sailed so high up in the air, it was almost like fielding a punt from Terrence Mitchell.
Here is Hunt on 1st and 10. Played by Morrow on the play, grabbed by Ellis, and gains a couple. Let's give him 3s out to the Kansas City 28, 27-yard line.
Boy, the Raiders could really use a 3-and-out right about now, Kevin. They're down 13-0. You see the concern in the face of Jack Del Rio. He knows that he can't allow this one to get away from him. We look at defensive coordinator John Pagano, took over for Ken Norton Jr. a couple weeks ago. They have played much better on defense the last couple weeks.
Fake to Hill, into the nickel, and Hunt, who was initially hit by McDonald, 23, a Kansas City native. That is a 6-yard completion just beyond the Kansas City 32.
You look at the numbers over the last 2 weeks. I mean, the points are down, the yards per game are down, the sacks and takeaways are up, and again, I think they're playing with better confidence. They're flying around, and as John Pagano talked about, you know, it's simple's better. I mean, we talk about tackling, covering, and communicating. That's the key, and a little less volume, so this team can go out and just cut it loose and play with confidence.
Hunt's in the backfield. It is 3rd and 2 for quarterback Alex Smith. That's caught by Kelsey. And for a first down. McDonald was there, and the linebacker Bowman there. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 2, and a Chiefs first down to their 41.
Well, he's such a big target. You just see him working against the smaller corner. And look at watch, he catches the ball with his arms extended. I don't care how great the coverage is. That's a tough, and a lot to ask for Dexter McDonald. Kelsey's got him by 5 or 6 inches.
Going too big.
First and 10. Out of the backfield, Hunt. One-on-one with Irvin, and he knocks him out near the 45. And they'll stop there with a gain of 5, and Irvin has some words for Sherman, the fullback.
And that's what the Chiefs want. They want to make Bruce Irvin go out in space and cover the back and not pass rush, because that's what he does best.
So Hunt, Rich, has caught 2 for 10. He's run it 11 times for 45. He's got the 1-yard touchdown. This is more of the kind of Kareem Hunt we saw early in the season.
And that's where he was huge. He was averaging 122 rushing yards a game the first 5 weeks. That number's dropped off significantly over the last 7 games, just 46 yards a game.
Wow, that is a drop. Second down and 5. Smith going deep and looking for Hill. He's got the ball. Pete Carey stays on his feet, and he's out of bounds inside the 10. Alex Smith has the highest percentage of anybody in the NFL in deep throws. He shows it again right there.
Look at the cushion that they're giving Tyreek Hill. I mean, everyone's concerned about his 0 to 60 speed. And he is a big play waiting to happen. He's got 10 touchdowns or 50 yards or more since the beginning of last season. Doesn't have an extensive route tree. It's either the deep ball or the short, quick throws at the line of scrimmage. But he had a huge day last week against the Jets. 6 catches, 185 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. One for 79, the other for 40.
First and goal. Fake to Hunt. Here they come. There he goes. Touchdown, Kelsey. Working on the safety, Reggie Nelson. Flag thrown.
Ineligible player number 71 was illegally downfield. That 5-yard penalty remains first down.
That's the veteran right tackle, Mitchell Schwartz. So Kelsey twice has thought Richie's gotten a touchdown reception. Twice he's been called out. One he was short, and this one the penalty calls it back.
Yeah, there's Mitchell Schwartz, and you look at it. I mean, it's a good design, and just look at the separation that they get with Kelsey. It's not there initially. It just keeps working across the field. Kind of an all-day sucker for Reggie Nelson, but all for naught with the penalty on the right tackle, Mitchell Schwartz.
Now they're back to the 15 with a first and goal. Jet sweep fake. Shuffle pass thrown inside. Albert Wilson. And he's down to about the 8. And hit on the play by Irvin with a gain of 7 on that one.
Boy, there's so much misdirection. They just get you with the back, and then they slip the ball back underneath to on the shuffle pass to Albert Wilson. And they get you as a defensive front move in one direction with their pre-snap movement and flow with players in motion, and then they attack you going the opposite direction. That's where a lot of the big plays show up when you look at Matt Nagy and how he likes to call a game offensively.
Second and goal from the 8. Here comes Mack. Khalil Mack has had a sack now for a 4th consecutive game, number 8 on the year, and Mack drops him. Smith goes down at the 20 with a loss of 12.
This is a terrific play by Mack. Instead of just taking the beeline, he adjusts his angle. He knows he's got contained, so he doesn't go for the play fake. Terrific play by Alex Mack.
The 2-minute warning.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Lowe's. Hurry in today for huge savings on all things winter. And by Tostitos. Tostitos gives back to Salvation Army.
Festive Union Station in downtown Kansas City. We're at the 2-minute warning. It is 3rd and goal for the Chiefs. They got down this far on a 44-yard reception by Hill. 3rd and goal at the 20. West in the backfield. Flag is thrown. Smith to the end zone. Intercepted by Nelson.
Well, he knew he had a free one. That's why he just took the shot.
Exactly right. Yeah, he'll go to a knee. It won't make any difference.
You got to be careful sometimes unless you're absolutely certain, Kevin. Sometimes you think, oh, I've got a free play.
Right.
You don't realize the receiver took a false step. So you just throw one up there thinking that you've got the defense.
Why not, right? Yeah,
you've got to be careful, though. I've seen quarterbacks get burned.
51 defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
He just gets, you see, look, Bruce Irvin, he just gets stuck in the neutral zone trying to get a jump on the snap count.
Irvin's got a couple sacks today. We just saw Mac level Smith. He got his first sack of the afternoon. Now 3rd and goal at the 15-yard line. John Pagano just said, rush the quarterback, right, to Mack and Irvin, and they have.
I'm trying to think too much. Just see how quickly you can get to number 11. That's going to be a good place to start.
West in the backfield, 3rd and goal at the 15. Smith batted down. Nice play in the middle, and Autry was the one to grab it and swat it away, playing with a bad hand injury today, but out there, 4th and goal, and the Chiefs have that defense of the Raiders stop them again.
This one came out low, and this it doesn't even hit Autry in the hands. It hits him in the forearm. Alex Smith trying to fit that one into Charkandrick West on a little angle route.
So Harrison Butker took the place of the injured Cairo Santos, who had a groin injury in camp. He's a rookie from Georgia Tech. They got him off the Carolina practice squad. He's been magnificent. Here's a 33-yard field goal try. And the Chiefs have gone up 16-0. But they had it 1st and goal at the 10. They settle for a field goal. The 3rd today by Harrison Butker. He's already knocked in a 53-yarder. That tied a career long to begin the game for Kansas City. And coming up on the Verizon halftime report from our CBS studios in New York, JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Bill Cowher for the latest scores and news and highlights. Coming up next in the Verizon halftime report. So let's step back here. You're down 16-0 if you're the Raiders. The players and coaches told us yesterday for Oakland this is a must game, as the Chiefs players and coaches told us on Friday. I mean, now you got to dig out of a hole, and it's a sizable one at that for the Raiders.
Yeah, and the Raiders got to crank things up offensively, Kevin. They had just 62 yards of offense. They only had 19 plays so far. You look at Derek Carr, he's 4 of 10 for just 22 yards, and he's thrown an interception already here in the first half. The time of possession has been a problem. The Chiefs have had the ball for almost 19 minutes here in the first half. Not a lot of opportunities for Derek Carr in that offense.
Winner here stays in first place in the AFC West. Subsequent kickoff by Butker. This will be over the head of the ever-dangerous Cordero Patterson. Back to the 25, and a start there for a 5th consecutive possession for the Raiders. Well, next week on CBS, a good one. Brady against Roethlisberger. 2 great receivers, 2 outstanding coaches, the 2 top teams in the AFC. The New England Patriots travel to Pittsburgh and take on the Steelers. 4:25 next week Eastern Time on CBS. Each team at 10-2. But Pittsburgh, by virtue of a various array of tiebreakers, right now is technically number 1. Next week will be a beauty.
That game could decide home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs.
2 timeouts from the 25, 1st and 10. Carr overshoots the receiver. There you see 3 Kansas City defenders. Crabtree was in his sights, and a couple guys, including Revis and Nelson, along with Johnson, all clustered there. 2nd down and 10.
Well, I always say in critical situations, you've got to think about players and not plays. It's time to find the big 3, as I referred to them offensively for the Raiders. It's Michael Crabtree, it's the running back Marshawn Lynch, and it's the tight end. They've got to get the football to their tight end, Jared Cook.
Washington in, 2nd down and 10. Outside it goes, bubble screen, Crabtree looking for some blocks, and there he got one from Roberts, and he takes it up. He's close to a 1st down and run out of bounds on the play by Derek Johnson and Ron Parker there. Crabtree was suspended last week for his fight with Aqib Talib a couple weeks ago against the Broncos in Oakland. A gain of 9 right there.
Now, you look at what happened to the Raiders last week, how to play without Cooper and without Crabtree. Cooper still nursing that ankle injury in the first quarter. Not having him out there hurts.
3rd down 1, Washington in the backfield will get the call, and he is stuffed. Big red wall right there making the play, and it was Chris Jones who is having a marvelous first half. He's deflected a pass, he's got a sack, and he plugs the hole right there, Rich, and is going to force another Oakland punt.
Just watch the quickness of the move off the line of scrimmage. He's going to jump the gap. So you see the guard, Assembly tries to hook him, and then before he knows what happened, Chris Jones is in the backfield. He has had a terrific first half of football for the Chiefs.
Jones got his first sack earlier in the game, his first sack since September 17th. That was against Philadelphia.
Well, Marquette King, this is his fourth punt of the day. Kevin, you and I were talking during the break. He's not going to give Tyreek Hill a chance to return the ball. He's kicking it as high as he possibly can.
Tyreek Hill had a 64-yard touchdown reception against the Raiders earlier in the season in Oakland. He's also returned punts and kicks in his very short career for touchdowns. Here comes King. It's off the side of his foot. And on a bounce, Hill will dance and still finds to get something. He is amazing, and finally ushered out of bounds by McGill.
He is
44-yard punt.
He is so dangerous with the ball in his hands.
Man alive. Ooh, and that is not a good sign, as they've got an injured player, and that is Kevin Pierre-Louis, leading special team tackler. So obviously very effective there as he hobbles off the field, holding onto his right leg. Coming up, the Verizon halftime in our CBS studios with JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cowers. Scores, news, highlights from this Week 14, all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Rich, we're in December football. Each team coming in with their whole season, they can control their own destiny. Both the Chiefs and Raiders can.
It's really amazing, especially when you consider what's transpired the last month and a half. Both teams are actually in an amazing position despite what they've done the last 6 weeks.
West in the backfield, 1st and 10 for Smith, and a quick shot is caught by Hill and then brought down quickly by T.J. Carey. It is a gain of 5 to the 30-yard line. Kansas City is out of timeouts.
You see Tyreek Hill smart. He's trying to hustle to get the football so that the umpire can get the ball spotted. They've got no timeouts. There's got to be a sense of urgency from this Kansas City offense.
Second down, 5 for Alex Smith. That's batted down. They got Big Autry once again in that passing lane. Danico Autry with a terrific play defensively for the Oakland Raiders. He is a large guy on that line.
You know how you take care of this? The next time he jumps up, you go in and hit him right in the midsection. And I tell you, this is the second time today that he has batted the ball down. You've got to be aggressive as an offensive line with your sets.
He's 6'6", and he can get in those flight lanes. 3rd down and 5. Butker getting warmed up here. And West remains in the backfield. Good block by Fisher. Caught across the middle. Grabbed about the 40-yard line. The tackle by McDonald. The reception made by Albert Wilson. He picks up 12. That is a first down. Chiefs out of timeouts. You see their lead. Half minute to play. Smith deep for Kelsey. Incomplete. And they had 3 Raiders around him, including Navarro Bowman. Put those linebackers on those tight ends. That's something every quarterback's looking for.
Well, he's got to carry the tight end up the seam. He knows he's got help from the safeties over the top. But I like what the Raiders have tried to do with Kelsey. They continue to give him different looks. Sometimes it's a corner. Sometimes it's a safety. At times it's a linebacker and a safety. John Pagano's done a nice job changing up the looks with Travis Kelsey.
Chiefs got their offense in gear last week against the Jets, although they lost in the Meadowlands 38-31. 2nd down and 10. Five in the secondary for the Raiders, and Smith will attack. And they'll run out of time. No place to run, no place to hide. They have no timeouts. Clock is ticking as you see. Another sack, and Bruce Irvin has his 3rd of the first half. That's going to bring a smile and some admiration from Smith. Irvin has been outstanding as he gets his 3rd sack in one half of football. He has played so well since the change in defensive coordinators. Chiefs will get it when we come back to begin the second half. Halftime is next with the Chiefs shutting out Oakland. Now first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local CBS station. Chiefs have gotten 3 field goals. They got a 1-yard touchdown run shutting out the Raiders. Kansas City's lost 4 straight. Raiders have won 2 in a row. Kevin Harlan, Rich Gannon back here on a 55-degree afternoon at Arrowhead Stadium Derek Carr, 5 possessions, 4 punts, and a pick.
Just 68 yards of offense. I think on the other side, Kevin, the Chiefs have played so much better defensively today. They came in, they're just a 30th ranked defense, 30th against the run, and yet Chris Jones has been terrific. They're getting pressure, they're getting around Derek Carr. The hits, the hurries, the knockdowns begin to take their toll. He gets forced into a ball that gets deflected, intercepted by Terrence Mitchell. They've been stingy with their run defense. You look at the numbers, just 68 yards of offense. Just 4 first downs. Carr's been sacked. These next 30 minutes are really going to determine, I think, what happens with the Raiders the rest of the way. There's got to be a sense of urgency, really, from both teams, but certainly from Derek Carr and this offense to kind of get something going here early in the third quarter.
You may recall the Chiefs won the flip of the coin to start things out, and they deferred, so they get it here. And Akeem Hunt will go to a knee. It'll be a touchback out to the 25. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Dell.
The head coach Andy Reid was pleased with the way that both of these sides are playing out there. He does want to eliminate the little mistakes in the second half. As far as Jack Del Rio, he was visibly frustrated. He said we need to make and execute basic plays at this point. Now an update on Amari Cooper, who re-injured his left ankle in the second quarter. He is a questionable return, guys.
Well, and he missed last week, so that is not good news for Coach Jack Del Rio. First and 10, Hunt in the backfield, and he'll get the call. Irvin there, along with Morrow. They plug him up, and no gain on the play. Second down and 10 from the 25.
Well, I just love watching Khalil Mack play. You know, we talk so much about how good of a pass rusher is. I think he's one of the better run defenders in football when you look at the front seven. He had a league-high 11 pressures on 30 pass rush snaps last week against the Giants. He plays with a great sense of urgency and a nonstop motor. You get everyone else around them to play that way. They play a lot better defensively as a unit.
With a second down and 10, Smith deep and caught by Kelsey. Got by Nelson. Spins his way out to the 46-yard line. Hit there by Joseph, among others. It is a 20-yard catch and run for Travis Kelsey and a first down for the Chiefs.
And this is a matchup that they've been taking advantage of a little bit. Reggie Nelson just can't keep up and run with Travis Kelsey across the field. That's just too much to ask. Got to do a better job chipping him at the line of scrimmage with a linebacker. Can't give him a free release at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, kill.
Into the nickel secondary and first and 10. Slings one outside. Caught by Hill. Shoved out of bounds by T.J. Carey. 7 consecutive starts for him. He's out of bounds at the Raider 46 on a gain of 9.
Just watch how far off. I mean, Kevin, that's incredible. I mean, and Alex Smith, all he does is change the play and throw a little hitch out there to Tyreek Hill. I mean, this is just, you pick up 9 yards on first down because the corner, Dexter McDonald, is just playing too far off. T.J. Carey.
2 tight ends with a second down and 1. And a big run right here for a first down. Autry will get him from behind. Kareem Hunt continues to run well. 8-yard gain right there. Hunt's over 50 yards on 13 carries.
Well, look at this. I mean, you've got to be able to gang tackle a back like Kareem Hunt. He doesn't go down easily.
First and 10, Chiefs from the 38-yard line.
Time of possession really in favor of Kansas City. First and 10. Fisher with the block, being chased by Mack outside. It's Hunt. Holding on for dear life is Kauser. But the catch and run, and again, the scrimmage yards are piling up for the rookie Kareem Hunt. 11-yard gain right there. Another first down to the 27 of the Raiders.
Well, they do a great job disguising their intentions. They give you the impression that they have hundreds of plays and concepts when in actuality they just dress up what they do by changing formations and personnel groupings. They incorporate some shifts and pre-snap motions. It just really stresses you as a defense to adjust and communicate on the fly.
138 scrimmage yards for the rookie, a third-round pick out of Toledo. Hunt, first down and 10. West is in now. Hill couldn't get that one. A lot of juice on it. They had Bowman over there and coverage. Second down and 10.
You look at these numbers for Kareem Hunt. He was so busy the first 7 games of the season, but the last 5, it's been a problem. It's not been a focus. And I think their philosophy is to use the pass game to set up the run game rather than vice versa. And I think more today, Kevin, we're seeing more of the running game focus on the early downs. That's going to be important, I think, the rest of the way.
Outside for Kelsey, 2nd down and 10. Nelson there, Cowser there. He spins for 5, and he's down to the 23-yard line of the Raiders.
They move him all around. He just very rarely is he lined up as a normal tight end in an inline position. I think almost 50% of the time he's either lined up in the slot or outside the numbers. They do a great job moving him around, making it difficult for you to match up with him with a linebacker or a safety.
West is in there. West didn't play last week against the Jets. 3rd down and 5.
Comes the blitz.
And it's right through the hands of Harris. Nelson was right there. Raiders blitz, but no effect. 2nd to worst result when blitzing in the NFL.
Yeah, this is a catchable ball. Not an easy catch, obviously, for Demetrius Harris. One he'd like to have back. And you see Alex Smith, he did a great job recognizing the pressure, getting it picked up, and he just probably needs to make a little bit more of an accurate throw to his tight end.
Here's a 40-yard field goal try by Butker. He's already nailed one from 53, 29, and 33 yards in this opening 2nd half drive. This from 40. Mild breeze. Tack on 3 more. And the Chiefs, 4 minutes into the 2nd half, are up 19-0 over the Raiders. The winner stays in first. You see the scoring drive. Kelsey caught one for 20. Hill got one for 9. Butker with his 4th field goal. You have a 1-yard touchdown run, too, by Kareem Hunt. Rich, the Raiders have their work cut out for them.
They really do. And this is a absolutely critical possession, down 19-0.
Patterson will let it stay in the end zone, 25-yard line with the touchback, 1st and 10. Here's a look at the day of Derek Carr.
I mean, you look at how well he played in Week 7 against the Chiefs. Probably his best game of the season. Amari Cooper was terrific. He had 11 catches for 210 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's probably not going to play the rest of the way. But you look at he's got just 5 completions today, Kevin. All of those completions have been under 10 yards. They've got to be able to take some shots down the field. The problem is without Cooper out there, now the Chiefs can direct some of their attention and focus on Crabtree and double him. That makes it difficult on Carr.
Chiefs in the nickel. Bubble screen to Crabtree. 1st and 10. Broken up right there by Parker. He picks up 2 with the reception out to the 26.
And Crabtree has been their most dependable and reliable receiver. He's got excellent hands. He can make the difficult catch, but they've been unable to get him the ball down the field. And you look at this Chiefs secondary, they're without their best cover corner, Marcus Peters. They've got an older, aging corner in Darrelle Revis. They've got to be able to take some shots down the field and use the speed that they have at wide receiver.
2nd down 8. Running back is Rashard. Outside they go with a catch made by Patterson. Read well across the way. Nelson is there. First 7 weeks he was on IR. They lose a yard. They go back to the 26 of the Raiders.
The Chiefs are flying around making plays. It starts with the pass rush. The pass rush has been better. They're tighter on the back end in terms of their coverage and responsibilities. And the corners for the Chiefs have played better as you look at Steven Nelson. Gaines, Revis, Mitchell have all done a better job.
We've seen a little bit of Tamba Hali. As many of you know, they put D Ford on IR this week. The Chiefs did. 3rd and 9 for Derek Carr from his 26. Flag. And we have a false start.
And the crowd noise can be
False start.
Real issue
15,
here in Arrowhead.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, I mentioned before, Raiders have not won at Arrowhead since 2012. Carr has never won here as a quarterback.
This place can get it as loud as you'll let it. And if you don't take care of business early, you fall behind, these Chief fans can become a bit unruly. It's so hard to even call the play in the huddle. It gets that loud here at Arrowhead.
Richard is the back six in the Kansas City secondary. 3rd and 14 for Derek Carr.
Oh, he's got him.
Yeah, I know he had him, and here comes Jones, who's already got a sack and a deflection, and he chases him down and out, and that is out of bounds for Holton, Johnny Holton. So it's incomplete. It's 4th and 14. They'll punt once again for the 5th time in 6 possessions.
And then he gets him with the double move. You look at the matchup up top. Rivas, he bites. You see him sink there, and then he just goes right by me. It's just Derek Carr, because of the protection breakdown, he's not able to set his feet. That would have been a touchdown for the Raiders.
Marquette King to punt, and Tyreek Hill is back, a Pro Bowler a season ago in his rookie campaign. King has been keeping everything very high, but not very long, and trying to get the hang time. Here goes to the 29 hang time there of 4.7.
He's running backwards.
He is. He's got so much juice, you never know where he's going to go. He is as quick as a hiccup. So the Kansas City defense, coming in number 30, has played well today, shutting out the Raiders in 8:47 in the 3rd.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Haynes, with Fresh IQ Advanced Odor Protection Technology. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Famous Nelson Atkins Museum here in Kansas City. Punt by the Raiders. They punted 5 times today in 6 possessions. 1st and 10. Chiefs have Smith outside. Kelsey couldn't get it. McDonald was over there. And Joseph. Rich, when you put this into consideration of where Kelsey is among the tight ends in the league, I mean, you talk Gronkowski, certainly Delaney Walker at Tennessee, but Kelsey is just a monster at that position.
He really is. As I said earlier, he runs routes like a wide receiver, so smooth in and out of his cuts. They do a great job moving him around and making it very difficult for you to match up and choke him at the line of scrimmage. And as I said, he's in the slot. He's outside the numbers. They motion him. They do a terrific job getting him the ball in space.
Kareem Hunt in the backfield. 2nd down and 10 for Alex Smith. Top 5 of all the important categories. Kelsey's got the ball, and he's on the move, and finally brought down by Joseph. Swerving his way for 16 out near midfield. Put him at the Kansas City 49.
And he is having a field day against this Raider defense. 7 catches already. They got it to him early. As I said, they move him around. Now you see a screen. He sets in the protection. Alex Smith pumps away. The Raiders follow the football, and then they just slip him right back up underneath. And again, he is a handful if you don't handle him at the line of scrimmage.
Hunt's got 53 yards, gets a block from Harris, then from behind Morrow jumps on his back and brings him down about the 49-yard line with a gain of 2.
You look at the Raiders have just 25 plays of offense. That was the 51st offensive snap for the Chiefs. That's twice as many opportunities, Kevin. John Pagano's unit has been on the field way too long already in this game.
Chiefs hold the AFC West tiebreaker based on best division record. Coming in 6-6, Raiders 6-6, Chargers come into today 6-6 as well. 2nd down and 8. With a Hunt run, he's down to about the 45 and brought down by Hester with the gain of 3 to New York. And here's James Brown.
Cam and Funches.
Yeah, Devin Funches is going to take this 18-yard pass from Cam. Watch him in the pocket. This Minnesota pass rush is good. Buys the time. Funches gets open. 18 yards out, and Carolina takes a 21-13 lead over Minnesota.
Kevin, Rich, and Jenny.
With Benjamin gone, Funches has kind of become their guy, Rich.
Yeah, and I think Cam Newton has settled down a little bit too, Kevin, over the last month. He's been a lot more efficient and accurate from the pocket.
Running back is West. 3rd and 5. Schwartz the block. And over the head of West, covered across the way by McGill.
A good stop by the Raider defense. They brought pressure. T.J. Carey came flying off the edge, did a good job on the backside matching up, and quickly collapsed the pocket around Alex Smith.
First time we've seen Dustin Cole quit today. He averages about 53 punts. He's averaged about 45 yards per punt. A lot inside the 20. Deep back is Richard. And the first Kansas City punt today. And fair caught about the 10. Hang time was there about 4 or 5 and well covered, a 35-yarder. Carr's got a full plate in front of him. 6.5 in the third on CBS. That's the offense's resume. Carr is 7 of 15 for 32 yards. No touchdowns, obviously, and a pick. Running out of time, too. 1st and 10. After the Kansas City punt, the first of the day. And a quick hitter, and it's got hold. It's fumbled. It's loose. Zombo tries to reel it in and may have. The outside linebacker who starts it is a fumble, and Kansas City's gotten it. Second turnover. We'll see if indeed it was a catch.
When you talk to the Chief defenders, Kevin, what do they say? Hey, look, Johnny Holton, Seth Roberts, they're careless with the ball in space. We can get in there and rip it out. You look at Holton, he's got his head down, and you look at the smart play, Steven Nelson, he gets the right hand in there, and he just clearly rips the ball away from Johnny Holton.
And clearly a catch.
Oh, yeah, he had possession of it. He's got
and
his
he made a
down.
move, and he made a move.
And he never felt the corner, Nelson, ripping it away.
Chiefs are +8 in the giveaway takeaway. The Raiders are -10. That tells you a lot about where this game is going and maybe how the seasons have gone. Kind of surprising. In fact, Kansas City is +8, yet only at 500. There's a 1st and 10. And that is picked off. That is intercepted. Grabbed on the play, and Joseph makes the pick. His first of the season. Just like that, the Chiefs give it back.
Well, an awful decision by Alex Smith. He should know better. You get a great break. You get a turnover by your defense. Excellent field position. You go out and force a ball late down the middle. Trying to fit this one into Travis Kelce. He should have thrown it away and lived for another down.
Carl Joseph comes up with the pick, and a good one it was for the Raiders.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sonic. This is how you Sonic. And by Verizon. Best gifts on the best network.
Raiders come up with just their second interception of the season. Rich, only their 10th takeaway of the year. That's 32nd in the NFL.
Yeah, late down the middle, never a good thing for a quarterback. Sudden change of possession. Not surprised to see the Chiefs take a shot, but Alex Smith should know better in that situation. If it's not there, throw it away. Give your offense a chance.
Lynch is in, 1st and 10. Marshawn Lynch grabbed by Ragland up high, and a gang tackle ensues. He's up to about the 12. Give him 3 and a flag.
Well, Derek Carr and the Raider offense dodged a bullet. Let's see if they can take advantage of a big takeaway from their defense.
Carl Cheffers.
Holding, number 87, offense. Half the distance to the goal, remains first down.
To the sideline, Jenny Dell.
Yeah, after that last offensive possession, Derek Carr walked by me extremely frustrated, and Jack Del Rio was the first person to come over him, give him some words of encouragement. All of his teammates really giving him some love over there. Now, Rich, you know how loud it is down here. He said he typically likes the loud because he cancels out all the noise in his head, guys.
I'm sure there's a lot of noise in his head right now, Jenny. It's not a good situation to be in a critical game, kind of a playoff-type game, down 19-0 on the road to Kansas City.
1st and 14. Down the sideline, looking for Patterson, almost juggled at home. Incomplete with the coverage by Mitchell.
Well, they don't get it here, but I like the fact that they're taking some shots. They got the matchup that they wanted, Patterson on the corner, and that's what they've got to be able to do. As I said, you can't get back on that plane and head back to Oakland without taking some shots against a secondary that has really struggled the last 6-7 weeks.
Three-way tie in the AFC West. Raiders, Chiefs, and Chargers. Raiders come in having won 4 of 6. Have been flat offensively. The score would tell you that. 2nd down, 14. They need the 19.
Looking to get half of it back. Oh, he's got him.
Yeah, he sure does. And little underthrown to Crabtree.
Boy, this is a bad throw by Derek Carr. He's got a touchdown if he just cuts it loose. Look at the route by Crabtree. Stops and starts. It goes right by the safety, Terrell, and then it actually hits Terrell in the back of the arm. I mean, you got to throw this. Give him a chance to make a play. Crabtree probably scores.
I don't think he liked the route.
It was a good-looking route by Crabtree. He had him beat. Got to give the receiver a chance to make a play.
The running back is Washington, 3rd and 14 for Derek Carr. Timeout. He didn't.
You can see the frustration on the face of Derek Carr. And if you're Todd Dowling, the offensive coordinator, you've got to find a way to settle down your quarterback. You've got to find a way to get him back in rhythm. Clearly, Carr is not in rhythm right now. Just 8 of 18 for 40 yards and a pick. You see Todd Dowling looking at that play sheet.
Well, the Chiefs at 6-6, and they have the tiebreaker based on their division record. Rich, the Chiefs are the 3rd team to start a season 5-0, then lose 6 of 7, which they have. Only the 16 Vikings and the 2015 Falcons have been in that category. So they're trying to regain what was so important early in the season. And I'm wondering now if you've seen with their offense last week and today maybe some of the things that were so important then. 3rd and 14. Carr, shovel pass. He can't even get that off and complete to Washington. So the defense has done their job, and they force another punt.
Yeah, he just, you're not going to convert a lot of these 3rd and 14s, but you look at Carr, you look at the frustration. It's just trying to get too cute with it. Rather than throw it, he just tries to flick the ball to his back, DeAndre Washington. Find a way to sit down with Derek Carr, talk to him a little bit, find what he's comfortable with, and trying to focus on those concepts.
Marquette King from the 50 Hill. Wow.
This guy is so dangerous.
Corkscrew moves and everything else, man. He just continues to wow you. 15-yard return on the 46-yard punt. And the Chiefs in Raider territory. Tonight, he has one of the most dangerous occupations in the world, running for president against Vladimir Putin. Also, one of Hollywood's most famous leading men talks about not fitting in. That's tonight on 60 Minutes. Only CBS from the Raider 38.
Look at that, just 4 first downs today. How about the Chiefs' 5 scoring plays? I mean, it's really been one-sided. And you look at starting field position, the Chiefs have.
Here comes Hunt, upended by Joseph, got near the 31-yard line with a burst of 7.
The Chiefs have been able to take advantage of some great starting field position because of the play of their defense. Defense has come up with some turnovers, some sacks, some short fields, and some great opportunities for Alex Smith in this offense.
Carr, 8 of 19.
I said in the beginning of the game, he has the ability, Derek Carr, to carry a team on his shoulders. Kevin, he's going to do that in the 4th quarter for the Raiders to even have a chance in this one.
Kareem Hunt, here he goes on the move into the secondary and brought down by Kauser. And he's over 1,000 yards now in his rookie season in the NFL.
This is good looking work up front. You see this offensive line get up, and the patience of Hunt as he gets out there and he gets up on the 2nd level. He's got some speed. He's been much more of a factor in this one than he was the last 7 weeks.
Number 3 rusher in the NFL. And once again, it's Kareem Hunt. And he's brought down by Vanderdoes with a gain of 1 yard.
And when you have a 19-0 lead, you can lean on the running game a little bit more.
So Hunt on the ground, 82 yards. Hunt has caught for 22. So this is the kind of activity they saw early in the season when he was going over 100 yards, scrimmage yards, Rich, and contributing as much through the air as he was on the ground. West is in. 2nd and 9. Charkandrick West, look at him, slip his way, dig his way, turn his way for 6. What a run! A touchdown run of 13. And he had to use every move in his book to get it.
You're going to see the guard pull, and you see the back. He just follows him right in that strong side A-gap. And look at the effort here for Charkandrick West. I mean, boy, it's just terrific finish. He's got a nose for the goal line. Look at him continue to twist and turn and spin and find the end zone.
His second rushing touchdown, the extra point, makes it 26-0 Kansas City. I don't think a lot of people saw this coming, Rich.
No, I really didn't. You know, we talked to Jack Del Rio yesterday. He felt really confident about their week of preparation. You got the sense that both teams realized what was at stake in this one. It had certainly the feel of an elimination game, a playoff game. And the Chiefs have responded. We talked to Andy Reid on Friday. What did he say? If we play complementary football, we're going to be tough to beat. And that's what we've seen from the Chiefs today. They've been really outstanding defensively. And offensively, they've taken care of the football, and they've taken advantage of the opportunities that they've been given by their defense.
Chiefs come in having won 13 of their past 14 AFC West Division games. They've beaten the Raiders 5 of the last 6, although they lost in Oakland in October. But this game has so much riding on it. The winner stays in first place. Coming into this week in a 3-way tie atop. Both teams told us yesterday, with the Chiefs we talked to on Friday, that this is like a playoff game. They're treating it like a playoff game. That'll be out of the end zone. Touchback, and they'll start again at their 25. Thursday, Denver takes on Indianapolis. Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, NBC, and streaming live on Amazon Prime Video. Chiefs have got 2 rushing touchdowns. Kareem Hunt from a yard. Charkandrick West from 13. And then field goals of 53, 29, 33, and 40 yards from the rookie free agent out of Georgia Tech, Harrison Butker.
The Raiders have been held without a first down on 6 of their 8 possessions, Kevin. It's amazing the job that this Kansas City defense has done getting off the field on 3rd down.
Washington the back, 1st and 10. Carr inside, Crabtree. He got away initially from the defensive back Mitchell. It's a 13-yard catch and run. It was Nelson who finally got him, and Mitchell came back to assist on the tackle with about 3 to play and the clock ticking here in the 3rd.
And now they've got to be able to pick things up. Not just in terms of the clock, Kevin, but maybe change some things up. Get in their no huddle. What they've been doing hasn't been working. Sometimes you got to be able to shift gears late in games.
Penn with the block at the left tackle. Here's a low pass and caught by Crabtree. Close to a first down. Coverage on the play by Mitchell. 9-yard pickup. Mitchell had a pick earlier in the game back in the first half for the Chiefs.
And what did Carr tell us last night? He said, look, we're very aware of the issues and the opportunities that we have against this Kansas City secondary. Now we just have to execute. They have not done that so far.
2nd and 1. Here goes for Crabtree down the sideline. The coverage by Mitchell. They're trying to pick up the pace. Rich, I'm sorry to cut you off there.
No, it's okay.
Trying to get
going fast.
I'm trying to get that pace picked up, which is, I mean, they don't have time on their side, obviously. Down 26-0, and a flag was thrown on that previous play. Far side, right in front of the Raider bench.
And somebody other than Crabtree, Kevin, has to step up the wide receiver position.
There's no call for defensive too many men. Player getting off the field was number 11. Illegal shift. Number 10 of the offense never got set. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Roberts.
When you look, they still, when he's running off the field, they just have 10 on the field, so it can be confusing to an officiating crew. But Kevin, I mentioned they're trying to fit the ball into Michael Crabtree, but Johnny Holton, Seth Roberts, Jared Cook, they've got to get them going without Amari Cooper in the lineup.
We had a great conversation with him yesterday. 2nd down and 6. Lynch is in. Marshawn. Got tripped up, looked like maybe over his own blocker. And that blocker, Gabe Jackson, is hurt. Gain of 4 for Lynch. hit by Johnson of the Chiefs linebacking core to the 46.
Yeah, I think what happens is Gabe Jackson's left foot is what tripped up Marshawn Lynch. It would have been a big run for the Raiders.
I think his left foot, Rich, talking about Gabe Jackson, started all but one game at that right guard. 3rd and 2.
This may be 4-down territory already for the Raiders.
Wow. Five receivers. Carr looks into a dime defense, caught by Patterson. Russell down by Mitchell. Has the first down to the Kansas City 47 and picks up 7.
This is a great throw by Derek Carr. We always talk about the importance of location. This is good coverage by Justin Houston. He just fits it in between the linebacker and the corner. He puts it right in the chest of Cordero Patterson.
Todd Downing, the young offensive coordinator, Rich, has taken some criticism, hasn't he, in Oakland?
He has. I mean, look, they were 12-4 a year ago with Bill Musgrave. It's been a kind of an up-and-down season. And a lot of people feel like this group has underperformed in certain games.
Into 6 defensive backs. Look out! Down he goes. Hit by Jenkins. Jarvis Jenkins from behind. Second sack. First of the second half. Jenkins comes up with his first of the year for the Chiefs.
Now you look at Jenkins, he's just working on the right tackle. Marshall Newhouse. Newhouse has to be firmer. He gets pushed back. He loses his base. And Derek Carr has nowhere to go with the ball. It's just a 3-man rush. Got to do a better job in protection.
Lynch back in, 2nd down and 10.
Man-to-man coverage. Someone has got to win a one-on-one battle.
5 DBs. Here comes Carr. What a nice catch, and it's coughed up by Wolford. Picked up by Lynch. Incomplete pass is what they rule.
Really on the field is an incomplete pass. 3rd down.
It's a great looking catch, but a big hit by the safety, Stephen Terrell. He's going to put his helmet right on the football and knock it away from Clive Wolford. Great extension by the tight end, but that's just you're asking a lot. He's trying to. I mean, I don't even think he feels the safety coming in for the football. I mean, look at the extension as he comes down. He tries to protect. He's trying to gather the football and just simply gets knocked away. You got both players on the ground. That was a big collision at the 30-yard line.
The player down, Clive Wolford, was the one going up. As you take a look at Justin Houston, he's running all over the place.
Well, the hardest things to do in football is to rush the passer. I mean, you try doing that for 55, or especially when it turns into a one-dimensional game where they're throwing it so much.
Stephen Terrell, the undrafted player out of Texas A&M, was the one that was down. You see the athletic training staff. Dr. Chris Barnhouse there, the team physician, will walk off.
Unfortunately, Kevin, I know both of these team physicians and trainers well.
Yes, you do, don't you?
I spent a lot of time in both training rooms with the Raiders and the Chiefs. Dr. Barnhouse, Dr. King.
Last 10 years of your career, you were either a Chief or a Raider, weren't you, Rich?
Yeah, Warren King, H. Rod Martin, the trainer of the Raiders, longtime trainer. They do a terrific job with these players, Kevin, getting them ready to play each and every week.
3rd and 10. Richard, a running back, is wide here at the bottom of your screen and covered by a linebacker.
Got to get half of it. Have an opportunity to go for it on 4th down if they come up a little bit short.
Carr looking that way.
Throw it away.
The gap. Oh, and he goes down again. Houston wrestles him down. Comes up with a sack. 9th of the year. Justin Houston. Just his 2nd in the last 5 games. 3rd Kansas City sack. It's a loss of 6 with no time left in the 3rd.
The end of the 3rd quarter.
26-zip the Chiefs. Justin Houston coming up with a big one. Let's go to the 4th on CBS. John Lynch watching from the side. 6 carries and 39 yards. Chiefs have Hill back inside the 20, awaiting the Marquette King punt. Hill is back there and will watch it descend in back of him, and it could be pinned if they can catch up with it, and they can't. So out to the 20-yard line on the touchback. 53-yard punt, got the roll, and King could not keep it in.
That's the safety McGill on the ground.
Oh my gosh. and perhaps holding on to that left knee. We've seen starting receiver Amari Cooper go out with another ankle injury, same ankle that had been injured a couple weeks ago, the left ankle. You specifically asked Cooper, good to see McGill getting up, if he tapes his ankles. He said, no, I don't tape. Is that common? Guys don't tape their ankles?
No, it's not. And he said, look, I wear very few. I don't like to wear pads. I try to wear as little as I possibly can. Doesn't like to tape the ankles, but he did have that ankle tape today, and unfortunately he just got rolled up on a screen pass, and he hasn't played since.
So 2 turnovers by the Raiders, a pick on a deflected pass by Carr, a fumble after a reception by a receiver, actually the tight end, in that particular formation when he came out. Here is a 1st and 10 for the Chiefs, who themselves have had an interception thrown by quarterback Alex Smith from their 20 on the touchback on the punt. It is Kareem Hunt. Hurdling a defender. Nelson brings him down from behind. He has the first down and more. It's about a 16-yard run, and he's up to the Kansas City 36.
Just watch the combination block between the tackle and the tight end. You see, they're working in unison right here. They're going to block the defensive end to the safety. You see the tight end come off on the safety, and that allows Hunt to jump the pile and get up on the second level. Great job on the perimeter against that Raider defense.
Hunt has got 100 yards. That's what he's averaging, 46. Last handful of games. 1st and 10. Here comes Hunt once again, trying to get a Fisher block, and then brought down as he squirms his way to the 40. Hester was there. Kauser was there. Gain of 3.
You know, he hasn't had a 100-yard rushing day, Kevin, since week 6. And you and I were talking all week. I said, look, he's got to become more of a factor. Like the Raiders have used Marshawn Lynch more. As the weather starts to change, I think the emphasis has to change. You've got to be able to run. Good football teams have the ability to run the ball late in the season. Good football teams have the ability to run the ball down in the red zone. And that's what the Chiefs have been able to do today.
2nd down, 7. Wilson getting some blocking over there from the head over heel blocker Tyreek Hill. But it's Wilson who gets the run, the play of 10 yards on that 2nd down and 7. He's out to midfield, out to the 50-yard line.
They do a terrific job spreading the ball around in this offense. They can attack you a number of different ways, but they've got great speed and playmakers on the perimeter.
Alex Smith is 19 to 32, 261. He's not thrown a touchdown pass. He's got 2 tight ends right now. He has thrown an interception. Here comes Kareem Hunt into the middle. And stuffed. Ellis gets him. Gain of 3 down to the 47-yard line.
And Kevin, you mentioned Alex Smith's numbers. I think the best thing he does is make good decisions. You know, he rarely turns the football over. I mentioned just 4 interceptions coming into today's game. And I think when you're a play caller, you can be aggressive. You can take some opportunities and shots, knowing that if it's not there, he's going to find you a completion. He's going to throw the ball away. He's going to run with it and pick up a first down. But he rarely throws it to the other team. And that's a real luxury to have as a play caller.
2nd down and 7. Kareem Hunt with a move, and he gets down maybe a half yard out of that. Khalil Mack makes the stop. Smith today.
And they've done a better job, I think, over the last couple weeks pushing the ball down the field. Good looking throw there to Albert Wilson. Tyreek Hill. You know, we talk about Alex Smith, and we don't give him enough credit. He's the 2nd highest rated passer in the league right now. He takes good care of the football. He's efficient. No quarterback has been better over the last 5 years at taking care of the football than Alex Smith, and that includes the guy in New England. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions.
Well, he began the season with 18 touchdowns and no picks. 3rd down and 6 here. Sherman the block, and then he releases, and then Smith goes down the sideline. It's incomplete, looking for Wilson with the coverage by Sean Smith.
They were on the same page. Yeah. Wilson turned it up. I think he was anticipating going to go after their former teammate Sean Smith.
So another punt coming up for Colquitt. Richard is back there. Colquitt, a Pro Bowler a season ago. 13 years in the NFL. Third round pick. He has served the Chiefs well. Oh my goodness.
Got it.
Came through. It sure did. It looked like it was blocked by Calhoun or deflected by Calhoun. And it's only a 13-yarder. Calhoun got it. He came streaming in, number 91, right in front of Colquitt, who was blocked right there for the first time this year. It's all about the playoff spots. First, most of you will see Cincinnati clash with Minnesota or the Jets taking on New Orleans. We will be in Louisiana next week, Rich and I will. And a huge showdown in Pittsburgh when the AFC's top two teams, New England and the Steelers, battle for what most likely will determine the number one seed in the AFC. JB and Company with the NFL Today next Sunday beginning at 12 Eastern on CBS, 11 Central. There you see the teams all tied at 6-6. The Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Raiders all taking different paths to get to this mark. But we are in December. If the Chiefs win, they stay in first. Chargers later today. Raiders trying for their third consecutive win, but it doesn't look like it now. We're in the fourth, getting shut out. Screen pass caught by Lynch, looking for a block from Hudson and tries to squirm his way. He gets about 3 on the play. He's up to the 37, brought down by Nunez Roches on the defensive line.
That's why I said that it was so important the Raiders get off to a good start so that Marshawn Lynch could, in fact, be a factor in this game. But when you fall behind, it's hard to lean on the running game.
Chiefs have beaten the Raiders 5 of the last 6 times, losing earlier, though, this season. 2nd down and 7 for Carr. Incomplete for Crabtree. Coverage on the play by Rivas.
Well, that's not a good throw from Derek Carr. I'm really surprised that they haven't had more success working against this Kansas City secondary. And Josh McCown went after him last week. Had a huge day, was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Not a single point to show for it, and they have really struggled on 3rd down. Just 3 of 10 for 3rd down today against the Chiefs.
3rd and 7, 5 wide.
Well, somebody's got to win. It's man-to-man coverage across the board.
Into the nickel, moving up and looking long on the far side. Caught by Cook, gets away, but stepped on the chalk. As he was working on the far side, Terrell was defending. 18-yard pickup and a 1st down for the Raiders.
A good-looking route by the tight end, Jared Cook, and a great throw by Derek Carr, squeezing it in between the corner and the safety, and he almost was able to tiptoe down the sidelines. That might have been a touchdown had he not got spun around on the boundary.
Cook, and you mentioned this earlier, is their leading receiver. Most receptions, most yards. He's a tight end. Signed for a lot of dough this offseason with the Raiders 1st and 10. Carr.
There it
Cook.
is.
Parker. 32-yard line. Gain of 14 after his 18-yard catch. Another 1st down for the Raiders. And the clock, as you see now, crossing the 10-minute mark here in the 4th.
As a quarterback, sometimes you just get a feel for players and who's got the hot hand. And right now it's Jared Cook. If I was Derek Carr, I'd keep finding a way to feed him the ball. Unfortunately, he's standing over here right now. That's not going to help you.
5 in the secondary. With the 1st and 10, Washington out of the backfield. Safety valve. Sorensen can't get him. And then he gets kind of caught up in the wash. You see Houston over there, and Sorensen came back and got him. And very close to a 1st down, almost a gain of 10, about 9.5. Let's see where that spot is. And they do give him the 1st down.
I really like Sorensen. When you study the film, you can't miss him. He's all over the place. He can play at all 3 levels of the defense. He's an excellent blitzer, good tackler. He makes a lot of splash plays. That's why he leads the team with 83 tackles.
Talked a lot about Marcus Peters being out today, their best cornerback, suspended after last week's actions, leaving the field in the Meadowlands against the Jets after he also threw a flag up into the stands. 1st and 10. Lynch, here he goes with room to roam. Marshawn Lynch, touchdown. 22-yard touchdown run. Parker with the missed tackle, and Lynch takes it in with a touchdown right there. His 2nd in as many weeks. 22-yard touchdown run.
Just watch Rodney Hudson come off and make this block on the linebacker. Kevin Pierre-Louis, and that's, you get a guy like Marshawn Lynch in the open field. Not a lot of players are going to make a tackle, a one-on-one tackle with him. He's just too strong, too powerful.
So there's a little bit of life, but is there enough time? As they got that drive, big plays to Cook through the air of 18 and 14. Tavecchio with the extra point, 26-7. 8:51 to go. The winner here stays in first place. Right there, Oakland native Marshawn Lynch to the house.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar. Garmin. Get a Garmin smartwatch and beat yesterday. And by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
2:39, Joe's, Gates, Bryant's, you name it. Kansas City's got the barbecue for you. The Raiders have failed on their last 23 consecutive onside attempts, and here's Tavecchio with a little boot that is loose and picked up by the Chiefs, and then maybe by Cowser. Make it Eric Harris for the Raiders, and they have initially signaled that he has the ball on the ricochet. But was he out of bounds? Did he get back in? And now the official changes his call.
That ball was bouncing around like a hot potato.
The side judge initially pointed for the Raiders, then he pointed for the Chiefs. And now the discussion afterwards, why he said, well, why'd you, Carl Cheffers, and this is a good crew, by the way. Cheffers, first of all, officiated Super Bowl 51, and 3 of the members of this crew have also worked a Super Bowl. But Harris, 41.
The question is he in bounds?
Did his elbow hit? Did his left elbow hit first?
He clearly.
Let's see, did he step out of bounds? No, he didn't. And
he's got possession.
Did his elbow?
I think his elbow's down. I think that's going to be Oakland's ball. First of all, it's an unbelievable kick.
It was by Tavecchio.
Tavecchio. It gets it up in the air, bounces around.
The kicking team player touched the ball inbounds, but did not come down inbounds to secure possession. He went out of bounds, therefore it is a kickoff out of bounds. The ball will be placed at the spot where it went out of bounds, first down.
We might want to take a look at that one and challenge it.
I think so too, because it looked like he had the ball.
Well, that angle looks a little bit different now, Kevin, from the backside. You can't just look at his forearm. You got to look at his backside, whether his backside lands on the white or his knee. Maybe watch that knee. That may be the first thing.
Oh, he just dropped the red challenge flag. Del Rio did. Could the left knee or the elbow, one of the two, Rich?
Yeah.
Watch this now.
I think he's got possession. I think that knee's down first.
I agree.
I think they're going to get the ball.
I think they are too.
I think it's a good challenge. Obviously, a necessary challenge by Jack
Del
Rio in this situation. What else are you going to do?
The ball out of bounds. We'll review the play.
I think even before.
Yeah, I think right
the
here.
knee is down, and watch the left elbow. So I think he had like 2. Yeah, all he needs is 1. 1 knee equals 2 feet.
I think they're going to win this challenge. I think he's got possession. I think that left knee hits the ground before the forearm or his backside hits the boundary.
Good job by our producer, Jonathan Siegel, and our director, Mark Grant, who are right on top of that one, and our terrific camera folks for CBS that are here. It was in and out of the hands of Acker.
Boy, Acker had a really good chance. Just couldn't squeeze it. And that little bit of serendipity, a little bit of unexpected good fortune.
And does he have the ball? Rich, the other thing is, and it's clearly he's got it pinned against his chest.
Yeah, and I don't really see it move very much.
I don't either.
I think he's got possession of it. There's a good example of Eric Harris just being in the right place at the right time. And clearly that left knee is down in the field of play.
As you know, all the decisions are made in New York. That's the conversation that Cheffers is having right now. They'll look at the clock. They'll look at the placement and where the ball should be put. Cheffers.
After review, the kicking team player did recover the ball. His knee came down inbounds. It will be their ball at that spot. Oakland will not be charged with a timeout.
They'll be at the Kansas City 43, and there's 8:49 to play. And we know about the comeback ability of Derek Carr because, Rich, we saw it all last season.
Well, he can sling it around. We know that. Kind of a new lease on life if you're the Raider offense. Down 26-7. 8:49. Plenty of time. You got to come away with a touchdown here to get back in it.
And remember, in the first meeting, they came from behind to beat the Chiefs. Came back and beat them. 1st and 10. Lynch. Carr. His receiver fell. Flags are on the field. They were going for Cook. And the coverage looked to be by Ron Parker.
Well, they've found a weakness in this Kansas City defense. They're having a difficult time handling the tight end, Jared Cook. You see Parker, he just grabs him.
Defense, automatic, 1st down.
Just grabs a hold of his shoulder pad coming out of the break.
Chiefs defense coming in number 30. Number 30 against the run. Number 28 against the pass.
Well, the penalties on the back end from the secondary for the Chiefs have been a problem, Kevin. They've got 33 already this season. That's the most in football.
Chiefs are in the nickel. Lynch is in 1st and 10. Carr, Crabtree, room to roam, slices inside, takes it inside the 10. He was down. It'll be a goal to go for the Raiders, and a flag was thrown. It's against the Oakland Raiders. It is a penalty against the Raiders.
Pass interference. Number 15, offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
On Crabtree.
Well, you want to know why he's wide open? Just look right here. This is where the penalty is. Crabtree, he just throws him down. I don't know.
Yeah, Nelson was there, and
See if that happens within 5 yards.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, he grabs him by the face
mask.
mask. There it is. Okay. If he grabbed him by the shoulder pad, it would have been okay. I was wondering why it was a penalty. He grabs him by the face mask.
1st and 20. That pushes the ball back. The Kansas City 42. Lynch.
Ooh.
What a hit! Derek Johnson. It's incomplete, but Johnson there to greet Lynch. They've knocked heads a couple times over their long NFL careers.
Well, this is a quarterback. You don't want to ever put a player in this position. I mean, Marshawn Lynch has no chance. He's looking back for the football. Derek Johnson's got to beat him on him the whole way. He's like a heat-seeking missile. And that's how players get hurt in this league.
Incomplete pass, 2nd down.
Chiefs have now gone to 6 in their secondary. Lynch is going to come wide, as you can see, and it's 2nd down and 20 for the Raiders. They have this possession and an onside kick after a 22-yard Lynch touchdown run. 2nd and 20. Carr, and right on the money, caught by Crabtree. 30-yard line. Sorensen, Terrell are there. It's a 13-yard pickup. It's a 1st down. Put him at the Chiefs 29. On 2nd down and 20, excuse me. So now it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down, and they've got to get to the 22. So 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 for the Raiders.
I don't understand why the best players are coming off the field in critical situations. This is Crabtree right here. I mean,
Holton comes in.
I mean, don't you want your best player on the field in a critical situation?
3rd and 7, and Carr deep with the catch, but out of bounds by Cordero Patterson.
If you're the receiver, you've got to give the quarterback some space on the boundary.
Let's go to New York, and here is James Brown.
Thrilling finish coming in wacky weather.
There you go. Jacoby Brissett finds Jack Doyle from the 3 yards out to make it 7-6. They win for 2, but a penalty call it back. Timeout to clear the spot. Adam Vinatieri hook him back and right in the inside, right there, and it's now going into overtime. Well, 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 7-7.
Back to Kevin Harlan.
JB, thank you. What a game there. 4th and 7. They need the Chiefs 22.
Boy, that's bad.
Timeout, Kansas City.
They had to do it because of the play, the 25-second clock.
30
They
seconds.
ran out of time.
Well, coming up on the State Farm postgame show, JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cower for the latest NFL scores and highlights, all coming up on the State Farm postgame show from New York. Clock here is at 7:17. A lot of time. The 2 timeouts remain. And trying to benefit from the onside kick recovery as the Chiefs take this timeout.
Excuse me, Kevin, I was wrong there. I actually thought that was a Raider timeout. It was a Chief timeout. But, you know, if you're Kansas City defensively, you look in that Raider huddle, you got to find a way to identify where 87 and 15 line up. That's usually where Carr goes with the football in a critical situation. Where's Michael Crabtree? He's right there. Where's Jared Cook? He's right there. You make sure you double those two. Make Carr throw it somewhere else.
Here comes Ali. He got it, Carr, but they've got Cook downfield. Touchdown! 29-yard touchdown pass. Ali came in low to get at the quarterback. Cook comes up with the touchdown reception.
Watch this route. This is an incredible route by the tight end. Watch, he's gonna come down here. He's gonna come right down here, and he's gonna spin out. Watch, he's gonna draw the coverage from the linebacker. Look at Sorensen. Watch this little spin. Come on, cover me. And now he goes right down the middle of the field. Great design, but great execution by the tight end, Jared Cook. That was a good-looking route by the tight end.
They're gonna go for 2. Cook against the Chiefs back in October, 107 yards with 6 receptions. Cook's second touchdown reception of the season, going for 2. They got it. Crabtree. And they were working on Mitchell. And the Raiders are coming back with 7:09 to go. They got the onside kick, they got a pass to Crabtree, and then a 29-yard strike to Cook, the tight end. So the Raiders get 15 unanswered points, Rich, in a span of 1 minute and 42 seconds. The onside kick, the touchdown pass to Cook. You think they're going to try the onside again?
I don't know, Kevin. With this much time and a couple of timeouts with a 2-minute warning, they might just decide to kick this ball down the field, which I think they'll do. But they did go for the 2-point conversion. Had they not, it would have been obviously they would have needed 2 touchdowns. It would have been a 13-point game. Now they can score a touchdown and a field goal. Granted, they get another 2-point conversion.
Thomas is back. DeVecchia with the kick, driving him to the 5. The Anthony Thomas. And out of bounds near the 25-yard line of Kansas City. A return of 20 yards. So 7:04 to go. Each team with 2 timeouts. We know that the winner stays in first place in the AFC West, as the Chiefs come in having lost 4 straight, and the Raiders have won 2 in a row coming in.
Isn't it amazing how quickly the things have changed in this game?
Yes.
The stadium is fat. The crowd is quiet. It's 26-0. Just seemed like a few minutes ago. Now it's 26-15. And if you're the Chiefs on offense, you need to find a way to make a couple first downs here. The momentum clearly has swung in the opposite direction.
Kareem Hunt has 107 yards on the ground and a touchdown with a couple tight ends. It's Alex Smith with a 1st and 10. Blocked there by Fisher, going outside, turns the corner. Bowman and Moore bring him down. He is out to about the 27. That's called a gain of about 2.
Boy, Kareem Hunt has really run hard today. 23 carries, 109 yards. He's had to earn most of them. There's been a ton of explosive runs against John Pagano's defense. Defense has been on the field way too long. Been on the field 10 more minutes, over 10 more minutes than the Chiefs defense.
One time it was 26-0 Kansas City. 2nd down and 8. Hunt again. Plugged up right there. Hester was there. Mack was there. Stuffing him, gain of 3 to the 29.
It's a big 3rd down.
It sure is.
For both teams. And look at Navarro Bowman, who's been all over the place today. Mack, Irvin's got 3 sacks.
So there'll be 5 in the secondary. Charkandrick West has come in place of Kareem Hunt. 3rd and 5 for Alex Smith.
Comes the blitz.
And they get the completion bobble. Did he get the first down? With a second chance, he gets it across. Albert Wilson. 7-yard reception, breaking a tackle on 3rd and 5. Nelson McDonald there, and they get the first down. A huge play.
Well, Dexter McDonald was in position to make the play. He just couldn't. You see the blitz coming up the middle. They turn him loose, and Alex Smith sits in there with a tough jaw and finds Wilson on the crosser. And then McDonald can't get him on the ground. I mean, he's got him short of the first down, but he just can't make the tackle. The Chiefs get a chance to run some more time off the clock.
Couple tight ends. Hunt back in. Khalil Mack will wrap his arms around. There go flags all over the place with a gain of a yard up to about the 37. Clock at 5 minutes. Each team with 2 timeouts.
Holding. Number 76. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Duvernay Tardif.
He tackles the linebacker right in the hole.
Very quiet in Arrowhead. Certainly the offense always will give you that because they can get their cadence off. We've been here when the place has just been rocking. It has not had that intensity as much today.
And there's been some empty seats as well, Kevin. I mean, you lose 6 of your last 7. That's what happens.
1st and 20 now. They need the 47.
For Alex Smith, you've got to use all that play clock.
It's Hunt. And then Ellis will bring him down as he just crosses the 30 to the 31 on a gain of 4. Again, 2 timeouts apiece. When you start using those, Rich, if you're the Raiders?
I think that 3rd down, if you get yourself in a 3rd down situation, stop here and then maybe use one on 3rd down. Stop the clock. Get off the field. You see Alex Smith, he's keeping him in the huddle. He's going to use as much of that play clock, that 25-second clock that he can.
2nd and 16.
This will be another run.
Hunt. There's a hole.
Another holding penalty.
It sure is, as McDonald finally got him after he squirmed away from the grasp of Joseph and picked up 7 and got out to about the 37.
Holding. Number 70. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
That's on Witzman, who's taking the place of Fulton, who's taking the place of Morris at center. But the clock is still running regardless, Rich. The clock is still running against the Raiders. So they're using up the clock. They're down to 3.5.
I think you got to start using these timeouts.
Yes.
I mean, it's 2nd and 26. You use one here, you get them on 3rd down, and then you give yourself a chance. You still got a 2-minute warning to stop the clock.
Took over at 7:09. 5 in the secondary for the Raiders. 2nd down and 26. And this is West. Wheeling his way to about the 25. Hit by Calhoun, who had deflected a punt earlier on. And a gain of 5 right there. So the clock is ticking. And Jack Del Rio's got a decision here when he's going to use that first timeout.
I don't know why he
would. 2 remaining.
At some point, you got to take that timeout. I mean, just there's other ways to stop the clock when you get the ball back. You can clock it. Ball can get a receiver back out of bounds, throw it away. I mean, I would have used those timeouts, Kevin. You can't put the time back on the clock. That's the issue.
How about that? They get 5 plays. They've eaten up over 4 minutes. 3rd and 21. Charkandrick West, who had a touchdown run himself. Joseph tripped him up about the 33, 32.
Well, they finally used that timeout.
Yep. Gain of 7. So the punting unit comes out there, Rich, on 4th down.
Oakland, a 30-second timeout.
2 6 and 6 teams, 3-way tie atop the West. The winner stays in first. Coming up on the State Farm Postgame Show, JB and Company with scores, news, and highlights. That's all next on the State Farm Postgame Show from our CBS studios in New York.
Let's see how much magic Derek Carr has left with a little over 2 minutes to go. He got to score quickly and try for another onside kick.
But this is the kind of performance he was putting in last year. Remember, all the come from behind wins, and of course,
great late in games. You're right, Kevin. Problem is they were asleep for the first 3 quarters of this game. Couldn't get anything going against this Kansas City defense.
Richard is back and Colquitt.
Oh, good punt. Great punt.
Fair caught. 12. Richard, 54-yarder, you're right, with good hang time and coverage on the play. So the Chiefs hold the AFC West tiebreaker based on the division record they've got, and by winning out, they could actually win the division and host a home playoff game.
Been amazing this AFC West this year, Kevin. Only division featuring a 3-way tie for first place. It's the first division since the 1970 merger where every team has had at least a 4-game losing streak at some point in the season.
That's something. The Chiefs come in having lost 4 in a row, 6 of 7 after their 5-0 start. Raiders have won 2 straight, 3 of 4, 4 of 6 after they lost 4 in a row. Richard is the running back, 1st and 10. Moves up niftily, gets it off to Seth Roberts at the 19-yard line. He was brought down on the play by Derek Johnson and picks up 7. Raiders with a single timeout and the 2-minute warning. Chiefs have 5 in their secondary. Here comes Carr. Outside Crabtree, they keep him from getting out of bounds. Tackle there by Mitchell.
They're not going to get another
gain
playoff.
of 6. Nope, they're not.
They won't get it off in time.
2-minute warning. Raiders trying to come back. They've scored 15 unanswered.
This is a 2-minute warning.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Here to help life go right. And by Walmart. Rock this Christmas with Walmart.
Run there by the Chiefs. Robert Holmes back in the 69 AFL Championship game. Raiders and Chiefs. That was the last AFL Championship game played. Merger happened after that. 1st and 10. 1 timeout Oakland, 2 timeouts Kansas City. Carr. With time underneath, Roberts, middle of the field, and grabbed by Sorensen. And he gets as far as the 30 and picks up 6. But Rich, middle of the field and a short pass.
That does nothing for you. You're better off throwing it away. They've got to push the ball down the field. They got to be able to use and attack outside the numbers and use the boundary.
Nickel secondary, Richard in the backfield, 2nd and 4.
There you go. That's a
And
good throw.
Carr was silent. There they go, and Roberts has it right in front of the defensive back, Steven Nelson. He picks up 11. He's got the first. He's up to the Raider 41.
Those deep out routes, those deep bench routes are effective against 2-deep coverage in between the corner and the safety. And after you hit them a bunch, then you maybe have them run the post between the 2 safeties down the middle of the field. But Derek Carr has to be aggressive. He's got to take some high-risk shots down the field. When you consider the fact they've got 1:26 and just a single timeout left.
Derek Carr, 1st and 10. Plenty of time. Now they come after him with Bailey and outside for Cook, who stays in bounds after the hit by Parker. He gets to the 48. He picks up 7. And the clock continues to roll. 2nd and 3. Raiders a timeout. And they go to the side. That's incomplete. At least it stops the clock at 56 seconds. Remember, Cooper twisted an ankle early in the game. Same ankle he injured a couple weeks ago. So he's been out the majority of the game. Continues to watch from the sideline. 3rd and 3 for the Raiders.
That really makes things difficult on you as a quarterback. Last week, Derek Carr didn't have either Michael Crabtree, who was out with the suspension. Amari Cooper missed that game with a concussion and an ankle injury, so he was forced to really spread the ball around to some of the younger receivers that the Raiders have.
Carr with the 3rd and 3. Outside he goes, caught by the receiver Crabtree, held by Mitchell. He gets as far with a gain of 8 to the 44, and the clock is at 49 seconds, so he'll leave, and here comes back in Cordero Patterson.
just don't remember when I played with Jerry Rice and Tim
Those
Brown.
guys leaving after these plays?
In a critical situation, just mosey on over to the side. I would be livid if I was Derek Carr. I mean, come on, we only got a minute left. You can't give me a couple plays for a minute? That's amazing.
1st and 10. One timeout. False start.
False start, number 72, offense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
It's their 2-time Pro Bowl left tackle Donald Penn. 169th consecutive start today, most among tackles. 1st and 15 now, as Crabtree is on the sideline.
Is that a conditioning thing? I mean, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, if he's injured, that's one thing, but if it's just he needs a blow late in the game, I mean, come on.
Well, they have a couple of home run hitters in right now, and Holton and Patterson. 1st and 15. Carr again to the sideline. Here's Holton with the catch and had some space to maneuver. Gets out of bounds. Clock at 46. They only eat up 3. Picks up 10. And he's down to the 38. So it'll be now a 2nd down and a 5.
And they also have the option, Kevin, at some point to kick this field goal and make it an 8-point game and then try the onside kick, take a shot for the end zone. I mean, so I think if you get yourself in a 3rd and long situation, that may be an option for the Raiders as well.
6 defensive backs, 2nd and 5 for Carr. Going deep and through the hands of Holton, picked off by Till. Will take a knee at the 7. Another pick thrown by the quarterback Carr, and that's all she wrote for the Raiders today.
Well, you can't fault Derek Carr for being aggressive and taking a shot. You got to do that. And it's actually a really good throw by Carr. I mean, he puts it in the position where the receiver's got a chance to make a play. Watch this post throw. I mean, it's good coverage as well by Mitchell on the back end, but he's able to knock the ball away from the receiver, Holton.
So the Raiders' 2-game winning streak will come to a close. They'll go to 6 and 7. That bonus coverage coming up in that snow game and the overtime game in Buffalo, Colts and Bills. That's coming up next. Buffalo obviously very much alive in the playoff race. To a knee in the victory formation, and the Chiefs avoid getting swept. And even the series this year at 1 win apiece, they've now won 14 of their last 15 AFC West division games. They have stopped their 4-game losing streak. They go to 7 and 6 right now in first with the Chargers yet to play.